see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Walter says he can feel it all over in Hooper.
In Hooper.
He's fine, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Stevie?
Stevie.
Oh, he's fine, yeah.
On this day, in 1976, Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life went to #1 on the U.S. charts, featuring tracks I Wish, Pastime Paradise, Isn't She Lovely, and that one, Sir Duke.
We couldn't do anything wrong by playing some of the musicians he mentions in there.
Yeah.
Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, Count Basie. He wanted to. He said he wanted to write a song. I think it was after Duke Ellington died. He wanted to write a song that was a tribute to Duke Ellington and some of the people that he looked up to as musicians. He was really upset by the death of Dinah Washington. And you remember Wes Montgomery? Mm-hmm. Wonderful, as I recall, jazz guitarist, right? Is it Wes Montgomery? Jazz guitarist. All these great people that he mentions, and I don't know where. The only place you can hear him now is in your own house. I mean, I don't think anybody. Well, there's probably a satellite radio station that plays them, but nobody has a format where they would play those musicians. They used to be.
Yeah.
There used to be a classical music station or two as well.
Yeah.
You get rid of those.
Yep.
Because,
You're out.
You're out. Gene, get out of here. Steve Williams, you're done.
Your ratings aren't high enough.
You know, Steve Williams still does
a jazz show?
A jazz show on, it's broadcast here locally on, I think, KRCL. But he moved back to Chicago, where he's from originally, and he does the show from Chicago, and I think he's on some other stations as well. But I should get a hold of Steve. I didn't know he lived like half a block away from me.
Really?
Until just then he wasn't around that much anymore.
I love this. I'm going to hang out with those hoodlum friends of mine.
Was a little nappy-headed boy.
Nasty boy.
Then my only worry was for Christmas what would be my toy. Even though we sometimes would not get a thing, we were happy with the joy the day would bring. Sneaking out the back door, hang out with those hoodlum friends of mine.
I'm just going to make you play this whole thing now. Good morning, Brad.
Brad. I assumed we would hear from him.
Yeah, he says, tell Bill it's UPR. Steve is on Utah Public Radio, and yes, he broadcasts from Chicago.
UPR?
That's what
Utah
he says.
Public Radio. What's the frequency, Brad?
I don't know.
Check it out.
What's the frequency, Kenneth? I think that's the only Stevie Wonder record I ever bought.
Really?
It's double album, Songs in the Key of Life. Oh, I probably bought a greatest hits.
Greatest hits
somewhere.
You can't go wrong with that.
He has a lot of them.
You can't go wrong with a
I
Stevie
believe
Wonder.
that is President Barack Obama's favorite album.
Album?
I believe. If not the favorite, it's in his top 5.
Gina keeps track of things like that.
I do.
What sort of socks does Barack Obama like to wear, Gina? What are his favorite socks? Come on, you know, don't you?
I should know that.
I know you should. Because you have to know what to send him for Christmas this year.
Obama's socks. Let's see what the internet says about it.
See, you can find out.
there are socks with Obama's face on it. That's not quite what.
No,
I was
that's
looking-
not.
No,
Well, there's all kinds.
Obama socks.
Put
I got some
favorite.
Obama socks.
Put favorite in
Obama's-
the search there.
Favorite.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Socks.
Because if you just do Obama socks, that's what you're
Yeah.
going to get.
No,
I'm guessing Argyle.
no. These
No.
are just all trying to sell me.
Just trying to sell you
Socks.
socks now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Great. Now I'm going to get that algorithm.
You're going to get that all day.
Whatever's being featured in fine men's hosiery, that's what he wears. He probably wears those really thin, those
dress socks.
dress socks. You can almost see through them. Nothing but black dress socks and probably wingtip shoes.
Depends on the temperature outside.
I didn't think. I listened to that interview, by the way.
Mark Maron.
Mark Maron. I didn't think he was all that pawsy any more than he used to be.
Certainly.
I mean, he's always kind of done that, where he considers what he's going to say. Now, I thought he was pretty good, too, because he didn't leave much room for Mark Maron to say anything.
Well, if I continue to pause the way I do, it's less likely Mark Maron will be able to get a word in.
ruin the conversation.
That's correct.
Yeah, but I just want to.
But yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
The best Obama impression though is Jordan Peele.
Yes, he does it very well.
I'm rewatching Key and Peele, and he just got it down so good, just perfectly.
I don't have time to rewatch things. I don't have time to first
There's
watch
too
things.
many new things.
Yeah, I don't. I have. Like here I am watching Slow Horses finally, after 5 seasons. Ugh. How am I ever going to catch up? I need to get sick. That's what it is.
You need to get.
Yeah, I can only I only watch a lot of TV when I'm sick. Usually, I'm only good for about one show a night. I watch one thing, and that's it. And
And it's hard to catch up on all
yeah,
of it.
well, you can't. I mean, there are many things just pass me by because of that. I need to be sick. That's what I need to be, or I just need to retire and sit at home in a big chair.
Sue's got us watching it's a British-Japanese hybrid show.
A British Japanese.
Yeah, it's a detective show. It's shot in Japan and in London, but it stars that Irish actress from Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, I know who you mean, Kelly MacDonald.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a confusing mishmash, but
I think I've seen some of that.
kind of interesting.
I think my wife is probably watching that or has watched it.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Oh, okay, let's take a break. Shall we do that?
Sure.
We'll take a break and then we'll come back, and you can check in with us if you'd like. The number to do that is 877-602-9696. That's the phone number, 877-602-9696. You can also text us. We like to hear from you via text, and that would be 33986.
Okay, so yeah, quite a bit of rain overnight and continuing in places.
And I heard there was snow up on Parley's.
That is correct. Snow in Parley's Canyon. Not really sticking, but could cause you some issues. Disabled semi-truck ID westbound near the chain-up area of Parley's Canyon. Left lane and shoulder are blocked. Crash I-15 northbound, 650 north in Clearfield, blocking the left shoulder. And let's see. Looks like that's about it. Just wanted to give you a heads up about the weather. And we had a lot of accidents the other day with a lot of standing water. I suspect that will be the same today. If you see something and it's safe for you to text and let us know, 33986 is where you do that.
Thank you.
Radio from Hell is on X96.
Do you want my list, Carrie?
Well,
do you want to
how
save
long
it?
is the list?
Well, let's see. It's
Because we've got like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's enough time.
Is there enough time for the list?
Yeah.
It's yeah. Let's do it. It's,
Okay. Tell us what the list
It's-
is.
it's 16 big mistakes people going on a cruise make.
Number 1, going on a cruise.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
As Carrie is going on a cruise.
Because I do whatever my little nieces beg me to do.
What should you know?
Uncle Carrie, Uncle Carrie.
Number one, it's easy to lose track of time zones when you're on a cruise.
We're in one time zone, so it will not be a problem.
Okay. Number two, booking a surprise cabin is a gamble.
Yes.
Well, apparently the booking thing, you were telling us about this.
We are bidding. It's a silent auction kind of a thing for better quarters.
This is stupid.
And they're not telling you what the top bid is, so you know how to outbid. You just make a bid.
This is crazy. You
That's
should be
dumb.
able to purchase whatever room you
Yeah.
want to purchase. And how much does that room cost?
Because there's a room right on top of the boat that I wanted.
Yeah. If I'm going to do this,
Yeah,
I
we were
wanna be...
we were outbid on that one. So now the rooms below that, I think, are what we're bidding
It's a
on.
ridiculous way to
Why
do
did they
it.
do that?
I don't know.
Because they can make more money somehow.
Probably.
Overpacking. The rooms are
Overpack.
small. You don't have room for a lot of stuff. Be very careful with how you pack.
Our room is not that small
Oh, okay.
so far. Anyway.
Not researching the cruise line. There are ones that are better than others.
You had no choice in the matter, did you?
No. No, this was picked by my nieces.
Yeah. How old are they?
10 and 8.
Well, that'll be great, I'm sure.
You don't want your things to end up on the table of shame.
What's that?
Table of shame.
So,
What is that?
so similar to air travel, your luggage undergoes a security check before being brought
Okay.
on board. Prohibited items
Are
such as travel steamers, extension cords,
You can't take your steamer. How are you going to get your crease in your pants?
exactly.
heating pads.
And for your lumbago.
I guess they'll go through your bags, and your stuff will end up on the table of shame.
Table of shame. Okay.
They
let's
actually
see.
go, look at this stuff that people tried to bring on board.
Now this says don't try to drink any alcohol you buy from a port city on the boat. On most
There's-
cruise lines, passengers can't buy liquor on the island and bring it back to the boat for consumption. Alcohol purchases are supposed to be
I think
available for pickup after you
I
disembark.
think we read that we're allowed to bring one bottle. For
one bottle.
consumption.
Okay.
So
But they mostly want you to buy their.
Yeah.
well, and the ticket that we have bought is all inclusive,
All-inclusive.
so I can drink as much as I want, and I'm going to try to bankrupt the cruise line.
You should. Underestimating the sun. So, Carrie, this is important. You usually hang out in the shade anyway.
Yes, I'm part vampire, so
But they say the sun is stronger when you're out in the middle of the ocean. So you're even.
because it reflects off the water.
Yeah, even more. Flying in on the day of the cruise is a rookie mistake.
We are not.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Why is that a rookie
Just
mistake?
because you need extra time, just give yourself in time to embark.
Okay.
Because you embark and you disembark. Going to the pool without a plan may leave you seatless.
Without a plan.
I have a plan.
I don't want to be seatless.
You need to get up early and find a
To
spot.
get a seat,
Or
yeah.
because you might not get a spot.
Oh. Well, you're just making me really look forward to this.
This
you know?
sounds great.
Make sure you review your final bill.
Oh,
Swiping your room card as payment method can feel like free money, but it adds up quickly. After a week of freely providing your cabin number, it's the same thing as giving out your credit card every time you go. Make sure you check your bill.
So food and drink will be included.
yes.
What? So I guess what
I'm
else
sure
would
they
you
have
buy?
stores and stuff.
Like
Oh, yeah, there's stores and gambling and all that stupid stuff.
Let's see. Whatever you do, make sure you have your passport. Of course, you would have that. That's the last one. So there you go, Carrie. Just
Okay.
some tips.
Well, it was
for-
very
for
practical.
your
According
cruise.
to Sue, we're bidding on a better room. Our room now that we have for sure has a deck.
So that's the least you're going to get is a
Yeah.
deck. You could
And-
get better.
We have not been outbid on the Sky Suite, apparently.
Oh, and that's the really good one?
Well, it's the
Oh.
like the second
Okay.
better one.
Sky Suite sounds
It has a receiving area.
I want all the amenities.
Anemones.
Do they have rooms with kitchens?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Okay. Oh, actually, Sue says the Sky Suite is the best room. There's only 2 of them, and we haven't been outbid. Oh, so we may
you
get
might
it.
get the sky
We may
room.
get it. Okay, I'll let you.
Six.
All right, 6:22. Let's get this over with.
Okay, yeah, let's get it over with. Let's put an end to it, shall we? Mm-hmm. We'll start the show officially here, and then we'll go to your check-ins. If you've a mind to do them, you can call us at 877-602-9696. Top of the morning to you. Just say good morning. Gene, is there a sponsor here by any chance? Nothing. Zero?
No.
All right. What are you eating?
Protein bar.
Cheating.
I'm sorry, what?
Protein bar.
Protein. How many grams of sugar in that?
Oh.
The moon is a waning crescent moon, 22.5% of full. The moon will set today at 4:45 p.m., today being Thursday. It's the 16th day of October in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Global Cat Day. I just, cats all over the globe.
I like cats.
Honor kitties. I know you do. You're a dog owner specifically, but I know
I like cats.
you like cats. It's National Dictionary Day.
I like dictionaries.
I do too. I won a dictionary a few years ago in the Define-a-thon at the Salt Lake City Public Library. National Liqueur Day. And it's also National Earthquake Day in Chile. I think there was a bad earthquake a long time ago in Chile. And
Chile?
They mark it every year. This is an all-new edition of the show for people who feel like hell in the morning. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. Is Kerry Jackson. Hi, Kerry.
Hi.
It's me, Bill Allred. Hi, Bill. Well, hello. It's Gina Barberi right over there. Hi, Gina.
Hello.
And Katie for short is our fine producer behind me there. Hi, Katie. We also have, I think it's Dawson today, right? Dawson's
Yeah,
in.
Dawson's right
Is
there.
Hudson here too today?
Hudson's in the back, yes.
And there's the dog, Vax, is sleeping it off. Had a rough night, I think. It looks like he had a rough one. All right, we'll go to your check-ins now. Doesn't look like our phones may be weird. I don't know.
We had a major reset in here,
Yeah.
I think.
So at the very least, you could try and call us just to check our phones.
But text us 33986.
The phone number is 877-602-9696. Use either one to check in with the Radio from Hell show.
Let's see. Jocelyn of Sandy checking in via text, 33986. Mixer driver Shane, one day at a time.
You betcha.
Dancing at 6 a.m. Johnny B checking in today is girlfriend's birthday.
Happy birthday, girlfriend.
Oh, he specifically, I didn't see this. I'm not prepared.
Uh-oh.
He said he wants Shatner to,
Well, sure, of course.
of course you do.
Way to properly
Yeah.
start
Well,
your
girlfriend.
birthday day.
If you got a girlfriend, you want Shatner to wish her a happy birthday.
Oh my God! Please don't tell me Shatner died.
No.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's
He's fine.
This is Shatner saying happy birthday.
There you go. Let's see. Hello, this rainy day from Sleepless in Sandy. Let's see. Right Wing Wade has some traffic for you. Mike in Nashville, choosing to check in from Chattanooga on a fall break with the family.
Pardon me, Roy.
I choose you.
Let's see. Dallas H. Oaks check again. Apparently, I'm the new church president.
Dallas H. Oaks.
Yeah.
I swear that's what he said.
Lance of Vineyard checking in. I'm with Gina. Just play the entire damn album. Weber State Professor Jake checking in. Rousdower's got some traffic for you as well.
Got it?
Let's see.
Yeah, we got line one.
Diane is here.
It's Diane. Is it Diane? Hi, Diane.
Hi guys.
What's
It's
going?
me.
What's
Mature intern.
you mature intern? What's going on in Murray today, Diane? Are you working this morning?
Hey, I'm getting ready for work.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was National Kitty Day.
Global Cat Day.
Oh, Global Cat Day.
Yeah.
I had to put my kitty down on yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Oh, it's too
Jeez,
bad.
That's awful.
Was it an old cat?
She was 17 and she was a rescue, and
She had
I
had
know
a good
you
life.
guys love your animals.
Yeah.
She had
What
the
was
best life.
what was her name?
Her name was Kitty.
Kitty.
That's Diane, always a creative, coming up with something new every time. Yep.
Well, I'm sorry, Diane.
Her name used to be Sissy because she would just hide under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived with my son, and she lived in the bathroom cabinet. Kitty was just easier to say than Sissy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys are my friends in the morning, and she would always know that Alexa, please turn on.
Mm-hmm.
So, in Kitty's honor, she wanted to say, thank you for letting us listen, and we love you guys.
Aw.
Thanks, Diane.
Thanks, Diane.
Have a day.
Thanks.
See ya.
You too.
All right,
Bye.
We'll see you.
877-602-9696, just like that, you see?
Let's see, Bill. I was driving and entered a state of deep thought when you were talking about sitting in a big chair and catching up on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Same, Bill. Same.
Yeah.
Meshach of Erda. Thanks for making me feel it.
Sorry,
Kira and Andy checking in. Jealous Salad Andy. Bill, I agree. I need to get sick so I can first watch many things or just get out of homework.
Yeah, I watched the most TV of my life when I was recovering from spine surgery.
Yeah.
I just
do anything
couldn't
else.
do anything else, so I just watched TV.
Kyle checking in from Salt Lake, about to get off my graveyard shift from the hospital. Papa Such checking in from Daybreak, going on 8 months of job hunting.
Oh,
Not
God.
fun.
There's a story this morning. I don't know if Bill had it, just about how bad it really is looking for work right now.
You shut up. America is great again. Luis of Harrisburg, PA. Sketchy Blake of Ogden. Jonathan, your senior otter correspondent, checking in. Mikkel of Reno. Will Gina try the new marshmallow Butterfinger? I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
A marshmallow Butterfinger.
Somebody, a good Samaritan, left me a Butterfinger on my desk yesterday. Whoever that was, thank you. I don't know who did that.
I bet it was Spencer or Mrs. Spencer.
It could be.
Tim the Tree Guy. Kevin from Layton. Woodworker Willie. Deseret Jim checking in from North Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Abocado in the west of Jordans. Rush the Ref in Spanish Fork. Howdy. Ryan the Ref, not Rush the Ref.
By the way, trying things and Gina's refusal to try Arby's steak bites, her absolute refusal. Finally, Bill Frost has taken the plunge.
Well, let's do that at 8 o'clock.
And he ate some, and he's got
He
a
wrote
review.
He wrote a whole
review.
He's got a review of these steak bites. Bill Frost, who cares more about this show than Gina does.
Metal Shop Mark, Nurse Whitney. Let's see. Election worker checking in. Ballots were mailed out Tuesday. Look for yours in the mail. Is Robert Gerke going to be on this week? I have
Yes.
questions about my options for city council members. Sid, he will be here today.
About 8:45.
8:45. Anissa of Sandy. Watched The Real Housewives of Salt Lake last night. Excited for Victoria's recap. That'll be at 7:45. Matt on the way to work now because Kitty got put down yesterday crying.
Another kitty down. Let's see. Right Wing Wade checking in from I-15 northbound. Lanes moving along well. Accident southbound I-15 north of 200 North, milepost 329. Very comprehensive report there, Wade. Thank you. Midvale's Rousdower says some standing water on I-215 at the 201. Be careful out there and have a wonderful day. Thank you, Rousdower, for that. They sent those in via text at 33986. Have a crash eastbound 201 freeway at the ramp to I-215 West Belt. A pickup truck is off the road to the right, down an embankment. Single vehicle crash I-15 southbound at the I-215 North interchange in North Salt Lake. It's on the right shoulder facing backwards. It's going to be one of those days. Lots of water out there. Give yourself a little extra time and a little extra space. Oh, wait, this just came in. Accident in Magna, 84th West, 41st South. Thank you, whoever sent that in at 33986.
All right. Big boy news and opinioendo, and Frank Christ presents the Dead Celebrity Game coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by. We got a couple of minutes here if you've got anything.
Somebody here says in texting, Jelly Roll is terrible. All good songs. I think it
What?
probably means all of his songs sound the same. He's always a sinner and then whining about it.
He's done some living. He testified before Congress
Oh, that's
about
right.
fentanyl. He used to sell it.
Yeah.
Used to
And
sell it.
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I've been on that side of it.
Yeah, he's a heavily tattooed, rather heavy guy.
Yeah.
That's where the jelly roll comes from.
Yeah.
I thought he was British.
No,
Am I thinking of someone else?
no,
Uh,
not British.
no, he's not.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of
I'm
that
thinking of-
almost human guy,
Yeah, that guy.
whatever his name is.
I can see him. He looks
Yeah.
like Jelly Roll.
Kind of, yeah.
Covered with tattoos.
Yeah.
Poor choices.
Yeah.
Covered with Rag and Bone Man.
Rag and Bone Man.
Yeah,
that's
guy.
who I was thinking of.
That's a good song. He runs.
That is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see.
Any plan? I'm just waiting for vacation. That's
Yeah.
You're not going to go anywhere, right? Because you just went on a cruise.
Well,
You should go somewhere.
see, Sue's got to work that whole week.
It's spring break, is what we're talking
Spring
about.
break. And so
You can pick a different one.
I was thinking about maybe going to Disneyland by myself
Oh,
again.
okay.
Sue suggested that last night.
Is there stuff you didn't have time to see while you?
lots.
So
Lots of stuff.
Why don't you go to Disneyland?
Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know.
I'm going to go to Puerto Vallarta.
are you Airbnb-ing or hoteling?
Oh, he's cruising.
Going to a resort.
So we're going to go to Cancun, and I'm thinking about taking the kids. Do you remember when we went there and we went to that natural water park
Yeah, it's Shellha.
Yeah.
where you floated down the
I didn't
river?
go, but I heard.
Oh, you didn't go?
No, I didn't go, but I heard good things.
Shellha
It was fun.
incredible. They had.
Or did I go?
They had a great huge lagoon
The
there.
trip was a blur, I'll tell you.
Where you could snorkel
Mm-hmm.
with all these different kinds of fish.
Yeah.
They had a baby manatee there that they were taking care of.
But you can float this river,
Yeah,
and the water's pretty warm, if I remember
Yep.
correctly.
very nice.
So we might do that.
It's an artificial river, but it's very well done. And they have a gift shop.
A gift shop.
Well,
But you know,
they thought of everything, didn't they?
isn't that? See, I was a little worried about that area because isn't that close to Tulum?
Why would you be worried about that
Because
area?
there were cartel people killing each other at Tulum.
Are you trying to ruin my vacation?
Well, I didn't. I thought maybe you already knew that because it's been in the news.
You seem like the kind of person who would look that up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
What was it Puerto Vallarta or Cancun where we went to the Congo Bongo?
What's the
that-
Congo Bongo?
that
'Cause I don't
nightclub.
think. Oh, I didn't go to that.
You didn't go.
I don't think
That
so.
was where the Spider-Man and Green Goblin flyover
Yes.
happened.
Yeah. No. I.
Was it
I
Cancun?
I
or-
think it was Cancun.
Was it Cancun?
Yeah.
Because that was a great time. Oh man, I
Are you sure? You sure it wasn't? I might have been Mazatlan.
Was it Mazatlan?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
We go 3 times.
We went to Mazatlan at least twice.
Have we been to Mexico 3? Remember when
We've
we
been
used
to
do
Mazatlan
stuff?
twice. We've been to.
We used to do stuff.
We've been to Mazatlan twice. We've been to Puerto Vallarta, and we've been to
Cancun.
Cancun.
or Playa del Carmen. Right.
I was pregnant with Festus. This is how long ago that was. When we were in Puerto Vallarta.
And thank God there was a Planet Hollywood there.
I would have starved.
You know,
That wasn't the time.
That wasn't the
No.
time.
No, it was the trip where the listeners came with us,
Yeah.
and
that was Cancun, I think.
there were capibaras all over the resort place that we stayed.
oh, the little piggy-looking things.
Yeah, they were
It
adorable.
was an all-inclusive resort,
Mm-hmm.
I remember. And I remember that resort, like, served the same food every day,
Every day.
all day. It
But-
was like the same buffet
But
all day, every
I
day.
drank so much at the Coco Bongo that I just remember clutching to the floor as Spider-Man and the Green Goblin went above me.
I remember that.
Somebody help me.
Now that I think about it, were they there?
I feel like they were.
I had heard
No.
other people talking
At
about
some
it.
point, my wife and her friend Jiwan were down on the bar dancing. I remember at some point.
Yeah. Somebody says we were there last year. It's perfectly safe. They have military and police on patrol everywhere in tourist areas, which makes you feel good when you see that.
Yeah. The Coco Bongo is in Cancun.
Ah, there we go. That was the trip. 2009. Yeah, because Steph.
Oh, yeah. Playa del Carmen.
Playa del
Cancun.
Carmen trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody says Shellha 2 years ago, all inclusive with food and booze now. Yeah, I don't think they had booze when we were. It's been quite a while since we were there.
I'd forgotten they have you could they have a hotel at Shellha. I don't remember that, but I just remember going there, and that's where we got that bottle of tequila.
Yes.
With our picture on it.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
And I think it might have been Puerto Vallarta where I went. Sue and I went and stayed at an all-inclusive where they did the turtle release thing,
Well,
which was absolutely amazing.
the baby turtle hatching.
They had baby turtle eggs on the beach, and then they let us go out and release the baby turtles into the ocean. And I remember they were so cool because they were just like a 50-cent piece, and you say, okay, put them down. They have to crawl in. They have to earn.
You can't just drop them in the water.
You can't just put them in the water. And I remember leaning over to the guy who was in charge of the thing, and I said, so what are the odds?
Oh.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, not good at all.
Oh, they get eaten immediately?
I'm like, so how many have we released? This is, well, we've released about 100. He says, 5.
Oh.
Yeah. Carrie, the show, they got great shows at the Coco Bongo.
What's
They've
happening?
got the Samba show. They've got The Mask, like Jim Carrey,
Yes,
The Mask.
of course.
Then they've got the 300. I think that's like the...
This is Sparta!
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And a Beatles show.
And a Beatles show. Yeah. Not the return of Spider-Man and the Green Goblin.
It doesn't, no.
Because that was really cool.
And I think they're like sort of, Cirque du Soleil style extravaganzas.
Somebody says, would you guys broadcast from other places? I'd want to know, would friends of the program want to go on a trip with us somewhere again?
They have in the past.
Yeah.
Is that something people would want to do?
Yeah, we'd do shows from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there.
All right. Who knows? All right, it's 6:38 right now. I'll make it 6:39. Go ahead, why not? Big boy news and innuendo right now. Right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. The Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities, just fine. One of them dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you will win.
You will win. Let's do Ghost tickets. Ghost is coming to the Delta Center on February 10th.
Ghost the Band tickets. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play Frank Christ Presents right after this. Big boy news and innuendo brought to you by
Altabank has your back with hassle-free accounts featuring totally free checking, no minimums, no fees. Jump headfirst into your future by visiting altabank.com or your local branch today.
Diane Keaton's cause of death has been revealed days after the Hollywood icon died at the age of 79. The Oscar winner's family told People magazine that she died from pneumonia on October 11. The Keaton family are very grateful for the extraordinary messages of love and support that they've received these past few days on behalf of their beloved Diane, who passed away from pneumonia on October 11th, they wrote in a statement. She loved her animals, and she was steadfast in her support of the unhoused community. So any donations in her memory to a local food bank or to an animal shelter would be a wonderful and much appreciated tribute to her. Keaton's family also shared her passions. She was known for her roles, of course, in Annie Hall, the 3 Godfather films, Something's Gotta Give, Reds. I was listening to an old interview with her yesterday, and as regarding the Godfather films, and she said, I have no idea why I was in those movies. I just don't. I have never understood. I have never understood why Coppola cast me in that role.
She was cast before Pacino was cast.
Yeah. Yeah. She. But she said, I didn't think I was right for it. I don't know. I auditioned, but I had no idea why he put me in it. In addition to her one-of-a-kind on-screen presence, she was also regularly in the style pages, both on and off screen, showing women how to seamlessly blend fashion and identity. Following the news of her death, tributes poured in from friends, former co-stars, fellow actors, Bette Midler, Francis Ford Coppola, Kate Hudson, Steve Martin, Jane Fonda, on and on and on. The Hollywood Reporter's chief film critic, David Rooney, wrote in his critic's appreciation for the actress, with her sheer undiminished magnetism alone, Diane Keaton remained a feisty rebuke to that kind of ageism in Hollywood. Her vitality was unextinguishable. We are fortunate to have shared so much of her life. Well, an Emery County man. Huntington is the town in Emery County. He was arrested Wednesday after police say he made threats to shoot people at the upcoming BYU-Utah football game. Christopher Ty Justice, 28 years old, of Huntington, booked into the Emery County Jail for investigation of making a threat of violence and obstruction of justice. Tuesday night, somebody on X made several posts under Juice is Loose 328, such as, "Nah, anyone wearing red on Saturday is getting shot. Enjoy a bullet to the head. Any Ute fan I see is dead. Mark my words, and I'll never forget the amount of hatred I felt for Utah sitting front row for the 54-10 beatdown in 2011. The account later posted, "I apologize for those awful tweets. I'm logging off and deactivating now."
Nope, you're under arrest.
By Wednesday, the account was locked, but not before several concerned people contacted police. They prompted an investigation. That prompted an investigation that included local, state, and federal authorities. Wednesday, the Emery County Sheriff's Office was contacted by the Statewide Information and Analysis Center with the Utah Department of Public Safety after linking Justice to the alleged threat to shoot Ute fans at the upcoming BYU versus Utah game. According to police booking affidavit, the state told me that Ty had switched his account to private and had deleted most of his messages.
It's
But
a game.
That's too late. Too late.
It is a game.
Well, that it goes beyond his understanding.
And this in this environment, that you can't joke.
Yeah.
I mean, you never should have been joking.
I don't
like
know.
That, but
I don't know if he's
especially
joking.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm not sure he was joking. He told his friend, if they find the stuff on my account, I'll say that I didn't post them, that it's not my account, or
I was hacked.
if it goes that far. When confronted with his information, Mr. Justice allegedly admitted to making the social media post. He said that he lied to authorities because he was scared of what could happen. Justice has a history of
Yes.
driving on a revoked license or while intoxicated.
so he's
He's got problems.
issues.
He's got issues. Well, over 6 months after a woman's remains were found in a garbage bag on the side of the road in Brigham City, police have determined who she was.
Oh, this has been
And
a
I-
long time coming.
Something about this story that nobody deserves to be found in a trash bag by the side of the road.
No.
I don't care what the April 2, a Union Pacific crew this year, April 2nd, was near 2600 West Highway 13 when they found the black trash bag. They looked inside the bag and found hair and bones. Police confirmed that the remains were human. Police discovered a unique tattoo on the body and shared it with the public, hoping that it would help track down somebody who knew her. In an announcement Wednesday, however, Brigham City Police said they didn't receive any viable leads from that. Investigators finally found a match to her DNA and identified her as Brandy M. Hickey. Officials said she would have been 42 years old at the time she was found, but it's not yet known when she died. Hickey had been living in St. George and had connections to Salt Lake City. They notified her family and have been talking to various associates to learn more about her. They said she was last heard from in 2011. In an interview with Brigham City Police on Wednesday, officers said their department did a nationwide search and found no missing person cases were ever opened for this woman. We would like to emphasize that every member of our community has value, and it is unacceptable for anyone to be harmed and discarded in such a callous and inhumane manner. The Brigham City Police Department remains steadfast in its commitment to seeking justice for Brandy and her loved ones. They're investigating the death as a homicide, of course. I don't think you commit suicide and chop yourself up and put yourself in a bag. It's interesting to me. I guess the tattoo, even though it didn't help, wasn't how they finally identified her. once they thought they had a DNA match, they could then show that tattoo to people who knew her, and they say, "Oh yeah, yep, that's it." Yes, Carrie, this would be interesting for you. I think you drive this part of I-215.
Yes.
Department of Transportation is going to perform bridge beam repairs over I-215 at the mouth of Parley's Canyon every night from Thursday until October 25th.
Oh, really?
As early as 9 p.m., crews will close I-215 near Tanner Park to repair 3 beams of the eastbound bridge. I-80 will remain open throughout the night, and I-215 will reopen. See, I-215 will not be open until 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
And you're on that part of the road, I think.
Yeah,
aren't
that's
you?
where I'm at.
According to UDOT Public Relations Director John Gleason, UDOT officials think the bridge was damaged by a truck earlier this year. Drivers using State Route 186 to Foothill Drive should avoid the Reno-Cheyenne exit leading to I-80 as the ramp connects I-215 and will lead directly to the closure. Drivers should be forced to travel through Parley's Canyon, Mount Airy Canyon Road to turn around. If you go up that way, they're going to make you turn around. You should be so you'll have to use Foothill.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah. The Supreme Court's conservative justices appear likely to gut the Voting Rights Act.
Of course they will.
Of course they will. Yeah.
It's got that word "rights" in there that
they hate so much.
They want to strip Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act of all power to protect against racial discrimination. Redistricting during arguments in the case of Louisiana versus Calais on Wednesday. Such a decision would have a monumental consequence for the future of black political representation across the South. It would make it difficult.
Yeah.
And potentially enable Republican legislatures to redraw map. No, not potentially.
Yeah.
Let me put it a different way. And then it would enable Republican legislatures to redraw maps in a way that helps bring to fruition Donald Trump's goal of one-party rule in Washington.
Yep.
The complicated case centers on the question of whether and how race is allowed to be used when drawing congressional maps. The case arose from a challenge brought by white Louisianans to a remedial map the state legislature drew in 2024 that created a second black majority district. The legislature drew that map in response to a district court ruling, and people were upset because now we had 2 black majority districts. We can't have that. Jeez. Look, Donald Trump has okayed covert CIA operations inside Venezuela. And he doesn't rule out U.S. spies assassinating Maduro. And Donald Trump wants to overhaul the refugee system.
Great.
He's considering...
by overhaul, do you mean not allowing any of them to come in?
No. What they're planning on doing is making sure that a preference is given to English-speaking white people.
Yeah.
And Europeans. Mm-hmm. If you are a person of color, it will be more and more difficult for you to get into this country. Let's see. Hamas. Donald Trump has ended the war. Ended the war in the Middle East.
No.
That's why Hamas has been executing people in Gaza, lining captives up and shooting them. These Hamas internal security officials confirmed that it showed Hamas fighters executing Palestinian rivals. So there are Palestinians. Most Palestinians really hate Hamas because of all this terror that's been rained down on them. It's Hamas who started it. He spoke on condition of anonymity because he wasn't authorized to talk. But they've been executing their Palestinian rivals out in plain sight for everybody to see. They've also said, those hostage bodies that we said we'd give back, we can't find them. We've given you everything we have. We can't find them. And that's going to make Israel say, okay, then we're going to start bombing again. So way to go. The war's over, right?
No.
Yeah. And U.S. President Donald Trump wants to build an arch. An Arc de Triomphe.
What?
Across from the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C.
What?
The so-called Arc de Trump
Oh, my God.
would commemorate the country's 250th anniversary next year and is reportedly being privately funded by Trump supporters. A real estate developer by trade, Trump teased plans last week with renderings for the structure being laid out during an Oval Office meeting. It looks really like the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. and he wants to and he's going to call it the Arc de Trump.
But we can't afford health care.
Okay. Well, those would be private donors, Gary. Don't.
Sure.
It says that's what it says.
Well,
Private
let's tax
donors.
the rich. Private donors.
That's it.
Tax them to pay for health care.
Well, they can't. Then they couldn't afford to build the Arc de Trump.
Well, I'm okay with that, an Arc de Trump.
I think an Arc de Trump would be wonderful. And nearly 3 in 10 adults are afraid to sleep in the dark. They've done a survey. 3 in 10 adults are afraid.
How do you
of the
sleep?
dark.
That you sleep in?
Well,
you leave
sleep-
the light on in
need
your room?
You need a night light in your room.
What do you think's going to happen in the dark?
Oh, you know.
Oh, everything. And none of it's very good, Gina.
I saw that movie.
I'm not.
I can't get the room dark enough.
I am afraid of the dark. I've always been afraid of the dark. It's sort of mellowed over the years, but I don't feel comfortable when it's pitch black.
All right.
Blackout shades and cold. That's how I want it when I sleep.
Sports weather traffic?
The Utah Mammoth won last night. They beat the Calgary Flames 3-1.
See their new mascot?
I'm saving that story for next Sportscast, so hang on to that. Let's see. Major League Baseball, Brewers and Dodgers, they played today at 4. LA leads that series 2-0. The Blue Jays and the Mariners, they play at 6:30. Seattle leads that series 2-1. Utah Jazz are home tonight to the Portland Trail Blazers. That game tips off at 7 p.m.
Is that at Delta Center?
That's at the Delta Center, yes. Let's see. Weather, 39, very chilly right now. Only going to get up to 53 for a high today. 90% chance of rain. That's mostly in the morning. We could have some spotty sprinkles as the day goes on, though. Tomorrow we should be sunny, 59 for a high. Saturday, just beautiful, sunny and 62. Sunday, 71. Then another chance of another storm coming through on Monday, it looks like. Traffic, we've had a couple of folks text in with us. Eastbound California Avenue past Gladiola, 32nd West is flooded. Thank you for sending that in. Crash on the transition ramp from I-80 eastbound from the airport to go southbound I-215 is blocking the right lane and shoulder. Crash eastbound 201 freeway at the ramp to I-215 westbound. A pickup truck off the road down an embankment. Disabled semi-truck, I-80 westbound near the chain-up area of Parley's Canyon. They actually had some snow there earlier this morning. And a single vehicle crash, I-15 southbound, 215 North Interchange in North Salt Lake. That's traffic. Business owners, do you have $15,000 or more in employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure & Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today. Frank Christ, brought to you by Spooks Boutique, the go-to destination for oddities, curiosities, antiques, collectibles, provided by a community of local artists for over 13 years. 3453 South State Street, Spooks Boutique, where Halloween is not a holiday, it's a lifestyle.
Well, here he is, our bony friend, Frank Christ.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Frank.
How's everyone feeling?
I'm fine. I'm just fine, Frank.
Have to check.
That's good of you to check. Frank is he joins us here in the studio. He's a magical being. He's a reaper, a grim reaper. He's more of a sort of a maudlin reaper, really, a weepy reaper.
I'm always crying.
I know, because
I love our precious celebrities. I don't want to take them.
But it's his job, it's his curse to have to reap the souls of celebrities when they die. Like Diane Keaton was probably
It's a difficult one.
I know you love the precious celebrities. Tell people why you love them so much.
Because everything they say and do is right.
If you want to see a representation of what Frank looks like, you can go to x96.com/live. There's a sort of a representation of his presence. He is a pretty traditional-looking Grim Reaper, except for a really sleek-looking electric scooter. That's a nice ride, Frank.
Thank you very much. It's electric. It's good for the environment. People wonder why all the artwork that you have to represent me is just that, artwork and no photos. No one can take my photo.
Yeah, we tried one time. No, just
doesn't show up.
Frank joins us to play the game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He has given me a list of 4 actors, and on this list, 3 of the actors are, in fact,
they're just fine.
But one of them, Frank has had to take. As the actor died, Frank went to the scene, scooped up their soul, and put it in his electric scooter sidecar and whisked them off to the distribution center. Now, do we have a contestant?
Ken is here.
Ken, are you ready to play our macabre little game?
Yep.
How are you, Ken?
I'm doing well. Just going to work.
Okay. All right, Ken. Now, Ken, if you can identify the dead celebrity on this list, you will win what, Gina?
You'll win tickets to see Ghost February 10th at the Delta Center. Tickets are on sale now. You can find information and ticket links at x96.com.
All right. Listen carefully, Ken, and you tell me which one of these 4 celebrities is dead, and you'll win that prize. Here we go. Because it's okay. Because it's Earthquake Day in Chile. Frank has given me a list of actors in movies that have earthquakes in them. Number 1, Bruce Campbell, best known as Ash in the Evil Dead series and for Maniac Cop and Bubba Hotep. On TV, he had main roles in The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., Xena Warrior Princess, and Burn Notice. He was in Escape from L.A., in which Los Angeles is turned into a prison island by a massive earthquake. Number 1, Bruce Campbell. Number 2 is Julianne Phillips. She started her career as a model, and she was the first wife of Bruce Springsteen. She appeared in Odd Jobs, Sweet Lies, and 7 Hours to Judgment, and she starred opposite Chevy Chase in Fletch Lives, and she starred opposite John Ritter in Skin Deep. She was also in a movie called Tidal Wave. A nuke triggers earthquakes and tidal waves in California. Number 2, Julianne Phillips. Number 3 is James Franciscus. Oh, man, he starred in a lot of TV shows. Mr. Novak, Naked City, The Investigators, Longstreet, Doc Elliott, and Hunter. He also appeared in a lot of films. The Amazing Dobermans, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, The Valley of Gwangi, and The Greek Tycoon. In a movie called In When Time Ran Out, a resort is threatened by a volcano and earthquakes, and Mr. Franciscus is in that movie. Number 4, Kim Delaney. She achieved a huge success in NYPD Blue. Her resume was then spotted with ridiculous roles that ranged from a nun in the Chuck Norris action movie The Delta Force to a possessed nymphomaniac in the softcore porn horror film Temptress. She had a little trouble with alcohol in her career, I believe. She was in a monumentally stupid movie made for TV called 10.5, wherein the entire West Coast is destroyed by earthquakes. Number 4, Kim Delaney. There you go, 4 actors, one of them dead. Who is it, Ken?
Let's go with number 2.
Number 2? No, Julianne Phillips?
No. She's fine. She's just fine.
She's fine. We believe in second chances here, Ken, and I'll give you another shot at it. Listen carefully. I'll read the names again. Is it Bruce Campbell? Is it Kim Delaney? Or perhaps James Franciscus?
Let's go with James Franciscus.
Good one, Ken. You got it on the second try. He died in 1991 at the age of 57.
Too soon.
Yes. And so congratulations, Ken. You've won tickets to see the band Ghost.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on.
Well, I have to go check on Bob Weir.
Oh, from
Grateful
Dead.
You know, everybody thinks that the Grateful Dead would be my favorite band.
Yeah.
It's just stereotyping is what that is. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Crash on US 40, SR 248 in Park City. Vehicle spun out on the left side of the roadway. Crash on the transition ramp from I-80 eastbound from the airport to go southbound I-215, blocking the right lane and shoulder. Crash eastbound 201 freeway at the ramp to I-215 westbound. The pickup truck is off the road and down the embankment. Single vehicle crash I-15 southbound I-215 north interchange in North Salt Lake. It's on the right shoulder facing backward. Water an issue this morning. Give yourself a little extra space and time when you're out on the roads. Get a hail of a deal on your next vehicle purchase with Mike Hale Acura, your Utah Acura dealer. Mike Hale Acura, a hail of a car buying experience.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these with some geek news for you. We got Boner of the Day. Our Real Housewives of Salt Lake update is coming up as well. And finally, a review of the Arby's beef nuggets.
Steak bites,
sorry.
Yeah.
Stand by for that. RenaissanceRanch.com.
If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction to drugs and alcohol, there is a place where you can find help. It's hard to reach out, but when you do, you'll find that Renaissance Ranch Addiction Treatment Center is a wonderful place. It's local, family-owned, and they have a program designed for male patients specifically. And they offer residential and outpatient services, which is really a good thing. Staffed by recovering addicts at Renaissance Ranch. They've been there. They've done that. They know what you're going through. They've got the E word. They've got empathy. Help really is out there. And Renaissance Ranch, when you look at all the statistics, they have among the highest success rates in the country of helping people with their addictions to drugs and alcohol. So schedule a free consultation and read compelling success stories online. You'll find them at RenaissanceRanch.com. That's RenaissanceRanch.com. They now accept most private insurance plans, and they accept Medicaid.
Now, I saw this story today, and
Is that the one I was going to mention earlier?
The headline is, creator of the Labradoodle calls it Frankenstein's monster.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
Now, I know a Labradoodle.
I know
That is a
several.
lovely dog.
I know several Labradoodles.
Okay.
Or golden doodles. That's another kind of doodle, but this is
Maybe this is a golden doodle, I know.
this is the Labradoodle specifically. I'll read you this. An Australian man who created the world's first Labradoodle says he regrets creating the popular hybrid breed, claiming in a recent interview that the majority of the dogs are, quote, either crazy or have hereditary problems. Wally Conran bred the first Labradoodle, a cross between a poodle and a Labrador retriever, in 1989 for a blind woman who couldn't have a guide dog because her husband was allergic to the dog hair.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Fast forward 3 decades, which I didn't realize they'd been around that long, but the Labradoodle's become one of the most popular mixed breed dogs in the world, a fact that doesn't sit so well with the man who made them. I opened Pandora's box and released the Frankenstein's monster, said Conran. He fears people are overbreeding the dog, creating versions of their own, including Groodles.
What's that?
Well, this says golden retrievers and poodles. I always thought that was a
I thought that's
golden
a
doodle.
Golden doodle.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's Groodle. Golden doodle sounds better, but
Spoodles.
Spaniel poodle.
Spaniel poodle.
Spoodles.
I find the biggest majority are crazy or have hereditary problems. I have met some damn nice Labradoodles, but they're few and far between. He spent 3 years trialing more than 30 poodles as guide dogs because their hair was hypoallergenic, but they didn't have the right temperament. They're damn cute dogs.
They are.
So
I wish they would do one that tastes like cotton candy.
But they're everywhere. They are.
Well, and apparently we haven't known that they're crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the one I know, I don't know him well, but it belongs to Luba and Nome. His name is Leo because he
Now,
looks
is
like
he-
a lion.
Is he? So I think he's a golden doodle.
Maybe so. He's got floppy ears. I'm looking at pictures here. I don't know. They look sort of the same to me. But he's got that curly hair though.
Well, that's the poodle. That's the oodle part of it.
The oodle.
That's why they do it. Is they don't shed, and usually poodles are good for people.
I don't remember which one he is, but he's a very nice dog.
But I want to say on the record that I don't go for the doodle.
No doodle?
No,
You don't like the doodles?
I have a golden retriever. I have the old school dog. I don't cotton to the mixing of oodles and doodles.
And
Are
it's-
you a racist?
No,
You're a
I'm
racist. This is misogynist. You're a misogynist. That's what you are. You don't believe in mixing of the races.
I'm a goldist.
Hannah says Labradoodles are so hyper they chew on everything. My friend's Labradoodle chewed up a medical pill bottle, and their cat ate the pills and died.
Now,
See, they are crazy.
Now, this Labradoodle, I guess he is, Leo, he does like to chew stuff, but they have plenty of chew toys there for him. And he's very well behaved.
Ooh, I had a golden doodle, and it had a lot of health issues. I had to put it down in the end. So sad.
And I think part of the problem is they're overbreeding them now because they're super and you can get the minis.
Oh, see, now that's more my
The mini.
yeah.
Well,
I like little dogs.
Yeah.
Playing God, though.
Yep. like Walter did from Granite.
Granite.
Yep.
Granite.
Who says, I hope Carrie has something for me to do at work, because I don't want to work at work today.
I
Granite.
do. Is it sponsored?
Cabin Fever, locally owned and operated since 1982, located in the heart of Trolley Square. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
I don't know how much more we could reiterate that. It is so much more than just a card store.
Mm-hmm.
That's a place to buy gifts for people that you would love.
Cool stuff.
Yep.
All right. I've got a couple of things for Walter to watch. First of all, we got to look at another look at the new Running Man movie.
Oh, I heard you playing that.
Yeah, it opens on November 14th. And I have to be careful here because the Federal Communications Commissions, they think that you're all, 9 years old and have never heard these words before. So, yeah.
I've been thinking about the show. For the next 30 days, everyone in the country is trying to murder me.
It's over-the-top action in this new trailer.
And it's crazy, right?
People on these games never come back.
We have no choice. We need money for a doctor now.
Welcome to the Running Man. Contestants will be hunted for 30 days. Anyone can kill you.
Who is that?
That is, let's see, I can't remember. Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo is he is the host of the Running Man TV show. William H. Macy's in there. Michael Cera, Josh Brolin, who is like Coleman Domingo's boss. He's running the show, and of course the star of the movie, Glenn Powell, as the Arnold Schwarzenegger character.
Sounds to me like they're going to take this concept and make it a good movie.
I think so. It's more based on the book, the Stephen King book, as opposed to that original movie. But
How dare you, Bill? That's Richard Dawson.
The original one was marginal. It
was not great.
It was okay, but
But yeah, and Lee Pace is also in it. He plays this masked character who's kind of a badass. And when you think about it, Lee Pace is a perfect choice because he's like 6 foot crazy.
I've been watching him in Foundation, that thing on Apple.
Oh yeah.
He's really good.
He's good in that. Another thing that this is like 4 minutes of, I want to say, the first episode of the 4th season of Strange New Worlds. They showed this to folks at New York Comic Con a couple of weeks ago, and now they've released it on the internet, and you can just watch it.
Sir, I'm getting a comm signal.
Location Yoda.
The signal's erratic, but it seems to be coming from inside the storm. It's a mayday, sir. A ship is stuck inside the storm? That's what the signal's saying.
Take us closer, Erica, but keep your foot on the brakes.
Understood, Captain.
Now, the producers of the show said, yeah, we know that season 3 was a little uneven. Not great.
No.
We promise. Season 4 is better. So you're going to get an entire season 4 and then a truncated 6-episode season 5, which is currently in production. So season 4 is done shooting, but they're just doing all the special effects. So you can go and watch that first 4 minutes of that episode.
Deeper scans suggest signal origin is a buoy inside of the storm.
A buoy? It's a Starship distress buoy, but I can't get a lock on the signal.
Anyway, so you can watch it. It's rather pretty.
Are most of the same people still in it?
Yeah, the whole cast is there.
So a lot of those they started out as kids, and so this episode they're looking for a place at a rest home.
No, not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
But I'm going to direct you to our YouTube channel right now for this next bit of item.
I'll look.
Drew Struzan. You don't know that name.
Oh, I'd read this, yeah.
But you would recognize his work.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dawson. Put some of that up.
Oh, yeah.
He is the king of the movie posters, is what they call him. He has died, 78 years old. News was confirmed earlier this week. Decades of illustrative work crafting theatrical posters for some of the most iconic pop culture hits of all time. That one there, we have the Indiana Jones poster, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Let's hit another one. The Thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
poster.
one.
You've seen that one before, of course. And let's hit Back to the Future as well. That's another one that you know. Those are all iconic. He did a lot of movie posters and book covers, and so just go and look up Drew Struzan, Struzan. He probably did a movie poster of your favorite movie, more than likely. Let's see. In this age of AI, I know people in the comic book industry are concerned, and they should be. But DC Comics and Marvel Comics have both come out and said they will never support generative AI in artwork or writing, for that matter. So, and Jim Lee has officially, made that statement. Marvel said, us too, but I would have liked it if Marvel would have stepped up a little bit more than that. Bane, the villain, Batman.
Yeah.
He appeared in a series, it was like 12 issues, so it was like a whole year. I remember reading this, a series called Nightfall. Back, let's see, what year was this? 94. I remember reading it, 93 to 94. And this is the legendary story where Bane first appears, and he's the guy who breaks Batman's back. And Batman has to recover, and it takes him a year, so Batman gets a replacement to take over the jobs in Gotham. And that character became Azrael. But it's a great read, and I would suggest you read it. But if you don't feel like reading, don't worry. Just wait a little bit. Sometime next year, Nightfall will be adapted into an animated movie, like a 3-parter.
So you can just wait for
So
that.
you can just wait for that. I would go ahead and read it, honestly. Read it again. It's quite good. So enjoy that when it comes out.
Rain continues to fall across the Wasatch Front. Very wet roads in Centerville, I'm getting a report of. Crash US 40 SR 248 in Park City. Vehicle spun out on the left side of the roadway. Crash on the transition ramp from I-80 eastbound from the airport to go southbound I-215, blocking the right lane and shoulder. Crash eastbound 201 freeway at the ramp for I-215 west. Pickup truck off the road and down an embankment. If it's safe for you to text and let us know what you're seeing on the roads, please do that, 33986. Get a hail of a deal on your next vehicle purchase at Mike Hale Acura, your Utah Acura dealer. Mike Hale Acura, a hail of a car buying experience.
All right, here are the boner candidates you're going to be voting for in just a few moments. Boner candidate number 1, cruelty is the point. Number 2, my creativity will not be stopped. And number 3, how about you just caution your kids not to be racist homophobes, JD?
There you go.
Yep, we've got the damn contest, the cash bribe going on now. Listen every weekday, 7:15, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15 for keywords. Text them to 508-777-1000, and you'll be entered to win $1,000. Every keyword is another chance for you to win. Details and more at x96.com. Keyword for this hour is slot. Slot. S-L-O-T, slot. Text that to 508-777-1000 now to enter to win.
Thank you very much. Evil Dead.
The producing group Live at Eccles presents Evil Dead in concert Wednesday, October 22nd at Kingsbury Hall. Evil Dead in concert. It's a live-to-film experience that thrills and chills. It resurrects Sam Raimi's classic cult movie the way audiences have never seen before in this lifetime. The legendary film will be screened with a newly restored format, and it'll be brought to life on stage while live performers and a live ensemble do the entire score from composer Joe Loduca. Loduca began his film career composing iconic scores for Sam Raimi, went on to win awards for other movie scores, but he will be there conducting the music. Evil Dead on screen. My guess is you've never seen it on the screen other than your TV screen.
I would agree.
On a crummy VCR. So go see it at Kingsbury Hall Wednesday, the 22nd. Get your tickets now by going to live@theeccles.com. I went to Lava with my old kids and my ex-wife and my current wife and my current kids.
You're slain polygamous leader Bill Allred.
That's me. And my oldest kid, said, "Oh, I brought you something. It's a letter that came to our house for you." What's happened here? I have lived with my old family. I lived in 3 different addresses. No, 2. And then we got divorced, and my ex-wife continued to live at the last address I lived at. But then,
so you still get mail there.
Well, she has moved now.
Oh,
to a new place in Layton.
Oh, really?
And she and the kids live in Layton. And I got a piece of mail at their new address. They haven't lived there very long.
Really?
In Layton. It's
following.
Yeah, they're trying to get a hold of me.
Okay.
And it just says on the front, Ralph W. Allred. That's my legal name. And then here are the address. Here's the address. And then there's a return address. And but it doesn't say who it's from. It's just a return address, and it's typed out. It's a business thing.
Yeah.
And then it says data verification needed.
Uh-oh.
Well, that sounds important.
So they tracked me down to that new address in Layton that I don't live at, and I haven't lived with my ex-wife for 25 years. Dear Ralph, for over 50 years, Neptune Society and its affiliates have been recognized as the largest, most trusted cremation provider in the United States. We provide simple cremation at an affordable price without any of the unnecessary services that many people don't want. We want to make sure that we're reaching you, so if you want to know more about the benefits of the cremation, please complete the information below and we'll deliver you to the latest of our cremation answer book. And then it says, complete this form. It wants my phone number. It wants me to confirm the address, which I can't since I don't live there. Please detach and mail. No postage required. Yeah, there's a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you are an existing customer, please accept our gratitude for the honor of serving your family. If this has reached you at an inappropriate time, we sincerely apologize.
Maybe they know something you don't.
So you knew what the Neptune Society
Sure.
was. I didn't know what that. I didn't really know what it was. Cremation, today's sensible choice, it says. And they have an office here in Salt Lake.
Yeah, it's over on 21st South.
7th East and 21st South. Space C. So I guess, I guess the point is you don't have to go through a funeral home, right? Is that what it is?
Oh, I haven't looked into it. I just know that that's what they do.
I looked at their website, and I'm trying to figure out exactly. It's America's most trusted cremation service.
Well, if you've had a bad experience with the cremation service,
I'm guessing that it's cheaper than going through a funeral home.
I went to their website. Here's the front page. How can we help you? Here are your options.
All right.
A loved one has passed away.
Yes.
Click here.
Reported death.
A loved one may pass away soon.
What? Well, that
we're
okay.
Well, you're on death watch sometimes. You know that.
Or I'm planning for the future, but a loved one may pass away soon.
And then there's manage my account, submit a testimonial, questions. So I don't know. Maybe I should look into it because
Well, you're donating your body to science.
My body's going to the U.
Does not apply to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless they return what's left of you to, or do they not do that?
When the U is done with you, the medical school is done with you, cutting you up and all of that. They cremate you.
They do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have cremation services, and they give the ashes to your.
Oh well, there you go.
Family.
So this is.
So I don't
send them. Well, you should reply to them saying, "I don't need you."
Yeah, I have no need of your services
ever.
Do not contact me again at a place I don't live.
I am immortal.
I am immortal.
Don't contact me at an address I don't live at anymore, or never did live at.
I think you should reply and say you're immortal.
Okay. And just to reference one other thing, the sovereign state we were talking about. So Mike Schultz said we're a sovereign state. Well, I thought maybe I'd just look and make sure, because there is an alphabetical list of sovereign states.
Okay.
And so I scrolled down to the T and then to the U's. Now, right before the U's to see if Utah was listed there. So there's Turkmenistan, Tuvalu, Uganda. There we get to the U's. Uganda, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, and the United States of America. Utah is not listed as one of the sovereign states, okay? Just wanted to clear that up, just to make sure. Vatican City is a sovereign state.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is Vietnam. So I got that all cleared up. All right. And I'll contact the Neptune Society.
Thanks, but no thanks.
I am a sovereign cremator.
That's it.
I'm immortal and sovereign. Okay.
My grandpa donated his body to the U. They mail the ashes when they're done.
Oh, they mail them.
So you're going to go through the mail.
So somebody's going to have to sign for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody.
Yeah, well, my father-in-law, same thing, and I don't know if we've gotten the ash because it can be some time before they'll use you for a long time if they can. Keep you in the ice box and in the frigid air. Hey, we need to work on some arms. He's got an arm left. Get an arm.
He's got an arm left.
All right, 7:23. Let's get to Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, October 16, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news, and once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive...
Hey, you can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
More evidence that cruelty really is the point. Number 1, Boner candidate number 1. The parents of a U.S. Marine in California were detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement while en route to visit their pregnant daughter. The father was deported last week. Steve Rios, a U.S. Marine and resident of Oceanside, was traveling with his parents to Camp Pendleton to visit his sister, who, along with her husband, who is also a U.S. Marine, is expecting her first child. The trio was stopped at the base's entrance, however, when ICE agents detained Rios' parents, who have no criminal history and have pending green card applications. I just kept on looking at my parents, Mr. Rios said. I didn't know if this would be the last time I'd ever see them. Mr. Rios immediately texted his sister, Ashley, about the incident as it was taking place, the news of which saw her break down in tears. My brother texted me that they got stopped, she said, and as soon as I heard that, I just started, bawling. Rios' parents, Esteban and Luisa, who immigrated to the United States from Mexico more than 30 years ago, were briefly released from ICE custody following their detention, although with ankle monitors and an order to check back with ICE officials. And then when Mr. Rios did that, he was deported, wearing a shirt and a hat that bore the phrase, "Proud Dad of a U.S. Marine." Rios' father, alongside Rios' mother, made good on their pledge to check in with the ICE officials, only for the father to be deported.
Yeah, what? The way you titled this, explain this to me any other way.
Yeah.
Other than cruelty.
There is no other explanation.
This is just hard because you just want to hear your parents' voice that everything will be okay, Ashley said. She's worried about her parents missing the birth of her first child. I always want, my mom, to be in the delivery room and everything, so it's just hard not to think about your parents there.
For what? What good is coming of this? What wrong is being righted?
Oh, they're the worst of the worst, Gina.
It's Gina, what it is, it's another brown down.
Yeah, basically.
It's another brown down.
It's hideous.
Boner candidate number 1, cruelty is the point. Boner candidate number 2, my creativity will not be stopped. A rapper is now facing charges after police in Laurel County, Kentucky, say he stopped traffic along I-75 southbound to film a music video. According to an arrest citation, London, Kentucky, Police Department responded to several calls of people standing on the interstate and running around. 6 p.m. on a Sunday. As police arrived, a subject later identified as 30-year-old Enoch Tolbert was seen jumping on a concrete barrier in the middle of the interstate and dancing. Mr. Tolbert, who releases music under the stage name Armani White, told police that they had pulled over to film the music video. Mr. Tolbert is charged with second-degree disorderly conduct and stopping or standing parking on a limited-access highway, booked into jail. Additional court records report that Mr. Tolbert is a professional rapper and that the jail instructed him to call and schedule a court date. Just stop traffic on the interstate, because my creativity will not be stopped. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Hey, J.D., how about you just caution your kids not to be racist homophobes? How about that?
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
The Ineos Grenadier Test Drive event happens October 17th and 18th at the Warner Ineos Grenadier. Get up to $2,000 in free accessories with a new vehicle purchase October 17th through the 31st. Warner Ineos Grenadier is located at 5554 West, 24th South.
I'll be there Saturday from 11 to 1 p.m. People who were duped into buying Trump watches by commercials starring Trump himself are unhappy now with the slow delivery, the refund runaround, and fake reviews. The company flogging Trump watches, of course, dismisses a slew of one-star Trustpilot reviews as fake news.
Of course.
But many fans of Trump are incredibly dissatisfied with the watches. It is no surprise that Trump's relationship with the Best Watches on Earth, LLC, a company
it's right in the name. How can you deny it?
A company headquartered in a Wyoming shopping center. The Daily Beast contacted the Best Watches on Earth, LLC, for a comment on the negative response to this product, and an auto response warned. So they just got a recorded message.
Mm-hmm.
Please note that we may have received a large number of requests, and it may take additional time to provide you with a response. The organization followed up minutes later to thank the Beast for bringing the string of customer complaints to their attention, and said that the matter had been escalated to its head of customer service, who would handle the matter and provide necessary feedback. The following day, the head of customer service, a man known as Ryan, said the reviews seem to be fake news.
Fake news. Anything they don't like.
Yeah. It's fake news. Those reviews are fake news. Here it is. Senator Mike Lee, and Senator John Curtis have introduced a bill that would authorize off-road vehicles to access Capitol Reef National Park. The bill, according to the Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, was designed to, quote, ensure that Americans with disabilities can access and enjoy the nation's public
that's not
lands.
what this is about.
No. According to the United States Congress website, the bill has been read twice and referred to the Committee on Energy and Natural Resources. No additional actions have yet taken place. The bill would allow off-road vehicles to access to specific roads within Capitol Reef, applying state motor vehicle law to any vehicles traveling along those roads. The Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources website says large portions of federally managed lands remain inaccessible to Americans with disabilities because of restrictions on motorized vehicles and a shortage of authorized routes. It also clarifies that the bill does not mandate the creation of new roads, any new roads for off-road vehicles to use, but maintains the authority to do so if needed. The Southern Utah Wilderness Alliance said that the bill would allow street-legal ATVs on paved roads and dirt bikes, ATVs, and side-by-sides on dirt roads and trails. Off-road vehicles have dramatic and damaging impacts on the landscape and the experience of others who recreate outside. They're faster, they're louder than full-size vehicles, and they're designed to travel off-road into rugged backcountry terrain, and you're out there to have some solitude, and then you hear... Congress should not be paid during the government shutdown.
No, they shouldn't.
More than 2 weeks into the federal government shutdown, some members of Utah's federal delegation say it's inappropriate that federal lawmakers are still being paid while other federal employees are going without a paycheck. doesn't make any sense in the world why members of Congress are the only federal employees that really get consistently paid right now, said Representative Blake Moore, who represents Utah's 1st Congressional District. That's always something that you would think would change. No, I got my paycheck, yeah. Another Utah representative, 3rd Congressional District Representative Mike Kennedy, has introduced a bill to do that. House Bill 5637, the No Work, No Pay Act of 2025. It would prohibit paying members of Congress during a government shutdown. But that's not. It'll never see the light.
Never happen.
No. It'll never see the light of day. Let's see. I told you last news we were talking about Trump considering an overhaul of the refugee system that would favor white people. Mm-hmm. The Trump administration considering this overhaul. Well, how would that work?
Yeah.
The proposals, some of which have already gone into effect, would transform a decades-old program aimed at helping the world's most desperate people into one that conforms to Trump's vision of immigration, which is to help mostly white people who say that they're being persecuted while keeping the vast majority of other people out. The plans were presented to the White House in April and July by officials in the state and Homeland Security departments after Trump directed federal agencies to study whether refugee resettlement was in the interest of the United States. The proposed changes would put new emphasis on whether applicants would be able to assimilate into the United States, directing them to take classes on American history and value and respect for cultural norms. The proposals also advised Trump to prioritize Europeans who have been targeted for peaceful expression of views online, such as opposition to mass migration or support for populist political parties. This appears to be a reference to the European far-right political party Alternative for Germany, whose leaders have trivialized the Holocaust, revived Nazi slogans, and denigrated foreigners. J.D. Vance has criticized Germany for trying to suppress the views of that group, which is known as AFD. This is, we'd like them to come to America, as a matter of fact, and present their trivialized views of the Holocaust and Nazi slogans. We'd like them to be here, wouldn't we?
Yeah. JD's all about the proper kind of speech. Like this No Kings rally this weekend is bad, but that's good.
In a video, Christy, we've heard about this. Kristi Noem blaming Democrats for the government shutdown, and they want that played in airports.
You can't have political messages.
Well, Noem says, let's see, scholars of government, law, and ethics say this political messaging violates the Hatch Act that restricts executive branch employees from engaging in certain political activities. So she's breaking the law. Yeah. And you know what's going to happen to her? Nothing.
You know, you could have a video that just says, we apologize if you're having difficulty at the airport. The government is hoping to get this fixed soon. You could have a video. You don't have to attack the Democrats or blame the Democrats in the video.
By the way, to make that video and get it all distributed and everything, I think it's cost taxpayers of $50-some-odd million.
But we can't have health care.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since torrential rains caused massive flooding in Rose Park. And more rain, of course, is happening, and residents are just hoping it doesn't happen again. A lot of folks are still cleaning up after the last storm and flooding. But many people are keeping a watchful eye on the sky because, well, is it still raining? I don't know.
We can't see out our window here.
I don't know if it's still raining, but I hope that I hope those people are keeping themselves high and dry. Let's see what else we have here. One more. Americans are still cracking open cold ones, but what's inside their cans is changing. Americans are not drinking as much alcohol as they once did. More people, though, are now reaching for cannabis beverages, non-alcoholic drinks infused with THC, the main ingredient in marijuana that makes you, high. Some varieties also include cannabinoid oil or CBD, a chemical compound found in marijuana or hemp that proponents say helps relieve pain, anxiety, and other health symptoms. The drinks come in different forms, including seltzers, juices, sodas, and teas. I haven't tried any of these. I haven't seen them around. I mean, you're not going to see them.
Yeah,
in the,
I was going to say where
you won't see them in the grocery
Yeah.
store, but
Where do you get 'em?
I guess you could. You would have to get them at a dispensary. Would be my guess, a marijuana dispensary. But consumer demand for cannabis beverages is growing. According to a Gallup survey, the percentage of U.S. adults who say they consume alcohol fell to 54%, the lowest level since 1939. The polling also, though, showed that more and more Americans were finding cannabis drinks and enjoying them. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Well, Salt Lake City not only crushed the all-time October rain record, but we're now chasing down the all-time wettest month ever in recorded history, and it's only halfway through the month. 90% chance of rain today. It is supposed to taper off. Kerry just peeked out the window and says he doesn't think it's raining right now.
It's all cloudy and dark and everything, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's raining.
We could have some spotty sprinkles throughout the day today. High of 53, overnight low 40. Tomorrow, sunny skies, high of 59, and we warm up for the weekend. 62 and sunny on Saturday, 71 and sunny on Sunday. Looks like things come back around to another storm possibility on Monday. Traffic, let's see. Crash south on I-15, Gentile in Layton, both shoulders affected. Actually, a couple different friends of the program sending us in that one. I-15 southbound in Layton, right before Layton Park, we thank you for sending those in via text at 33986. Wet roads everywhere, causing some issues. Even some snow in Parley's Canyon earlier this morning. If you see something, though, share it with us, won't you please? 33986. Get a hail of a deal on your next vehicle purchase at Mike Hale Acura, your Utah Acura dealer. Mike Hale Acura, a hail of a car buying experience.
Here's boner candidate number 3. How about you caution your kids to not be racist homophobes, J.D.? Vice President J.D. Vance downplaying messages such as "I love Hitler" in chat by 24 to 35-year-olds. He's calling them, they're just stupid jokes. J.D. Vance sought to downplay the revelation that leaders of a group called the Young Republicans exchanged hundreds of racist, sexist text messages, including one in which rape was called epic, and in another which someone wrote, "I love Hitler." J.D. Vance is saying, these are just youthful indiscretions.
No.
Speaking on a new episode of The Charlie Kirk Show, he suggested that the participants in the leaked chats were much younger than they are, in fact. Some of the participants are barely younger than the 41-year-old vice president.
Yeah.
The reality is that kids do stupid things, he said, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. That's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling an offensive, stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives. Here's what I really, this part just drives me crazy. Grow up, the vice president said to people who were concerned about the racism in his party. And he says, "I'm sorry, focus on real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in these group chats." The father of 3, J.D. Vance, said he would caution his own children, especially my boys, don't put things on the internet like, be careful with what you post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that some scumbag is going to leak it in an effort to try and cause you harm or cause your family harm. So be careful of what you put on the internet. That's what he's teaching his children. Not to be racist.
Right.
Be racist. Just keep it under your hat.
Well, and his kids are mixed race kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole
he's
other
a sick
part
human
I
being.
don't
He
get
is the
about
worst.
He is a sick human being.
This goes back to Donald Trump and grab him by the whatever and saying, well, that's locker room talk. You know what? I know men who don't ever talk like that. You don't have to say, well, this is just a boy thing and boys just talk this way. So, no, they don't. They don't have to do that.
But by saying this, it also normalizes it, which is worse.
Well, I just don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke it's gonna ruin their lives.
And this isn't one joke.
No.
It was
Thousands
message
of
after
pages.
message after message.
And I would confess, I've said things in the past that were probably not appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I have said inappropriate things, and when I've been called on it, I've owned up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried to stop doing it. I've tried to erase all that kind of thing from my life.
Yep.
But he's just telling these kids, just don't get caught, is what
Don't
he's
get
saying.
caught. Be racist. Just don't get caught being racist. Or eventually, someday, it'll be okay to be racist. So,
all right.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, cruelty is the point. The parents of a U.S. Marine in California detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement last month, and then the father deported. Boner candidate number 2, my creativity will not be stopped. This is a young rapper in Kentucky. He stopped traffic on I-75 to film a music video. And boner candidate number 3, how about, you just caution your kids not to be racist and homophobes.
There you go. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win, one that you think is the worst. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners, October 16, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Okay, you got 3.5 minutes to get your vote in. Right after we award the Boner, it's Victoria with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake update. And a review of the steak bites coming up. Stand by for all of that.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day, and today's word is...
Druthernuther. D-R-U-T-H-E-R-N-U-T-H-E-R. Druthernuther. And now, to use this fine compound word in a sentence, we call upon LeVar and LeGrand to work their magic and show you how this very complex Utah word works in conversation. Here the boys are debating the virtues of various Halloween treats and which treats it was the best to get when they were young trick-or-treaters. The word is druthernuther.
Heck fire, LeGrand. It sure is a sad one this year. Halloween's coming. It looks like the government ain't going to allow trick-or-treating, and the kids is going to be so sad when we have to tell them.
Well, it sure is. Dang old government anyway. I mean, can they legally do that? Just cancel Halloween without a second thought?
LeGrand, if the feds can make you cover up your smile with a COVID mask, they sure as heck can cancel Halloween.
Well, I suppose. But, the kids would be wearing masks just like the government wants them to, so why not let them go house to house begging for candy?
I'll tell you why, my friend. Socialism, that's why. Halloween reeks of socialism, and the government wants to stamp that stuff out. You see, if they allow Halloween, all the kids will be sharing treats equally from the Halloween Candy Collective. Not acceptable. Children need to learn the value of work whereby they earn the candy.
Well, looks like no Halloween goodies for me this year. I always like raiding the kids' candy haul when they went to bed. You too?
Oh, me too. I'm going to miss my yearly popcorn ball.
What? Some cheapo jerk in your neighborhood tries to save money by making popcorn balls and then give them an outset of candy?
That cheapo jerk is me, LeGrand. But we don't do it to save money. My wife, Carol, makes great popcorn balls once a year for Halloween. They're great. It's the only time I get one. And everyone in the neighborhood is crazy for them.
No one is crazy for popcorn balls, LeVar. But that's not as bad as the guy in my neighborhood who gives out bouillon cubes. Can you believe it? Them individual foil-wrapped bouillon cubes. Ain't that awful?
I don't know. Depends. Chicken or beef bouillon cubes.
And the dentist down the street who gives out toothbrushes. I mean, geez, I don't want cubes or balls or brushes. I want Halloween candy, except for Smarties. I don't want Smarties. You got a favorite Halloween treat?
Well, I'm somewhat partial to Bit-A-Honey, but nobody gives out Bit-A-Honey anymore.
Did they ever? Bit-A-Honey?
Yeah.
Jeez. No, what you want for Halloween is candy bars. Full-size candy bars if possible. But any kind of candy bar is better than... Jeez, you kidding me with Bit-A-Honey?
I swear I got Bit-A-Honey a long time ago.
one time in another city that I was at.
Right, yeah. How about Almond Joy, though? Now, some people don't like them, but I do. I love Almond Joy. I'd rather have Almond Joy than a Mounds, though. I think it's because the dark chocolate turns me away from the Mounds. I'm a milk chocolate guy.
Okay, well, then here's a choice for you. Twixt or Butterfinger?
No, I don't eat anything that has the word finger in it.
Oh.
How about this? Which would you druther? Milky Way, Snickers, or Mooresboro?
I'd rather not have any of them.
Well, what do you mean, not any of them? You should pick one.
I don't have to. When it comes back to those particular Halloween candy choices, I'd rather another.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
All right, 7:47. Let's award boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by chicken and rice, and all cooked together in a pot, and it was delicious.
And Black Velvet Boutique offering fun, sexy gifts, adult toys, lingerie, and expert advice. Black Velvet Boutique open 7 days a week, 595 South State Street in Clearfield.
Well, we had boner candidate number one, cruelty is the point. The Marine and his parents were deported as they were on their way into the Marine base in Oceanside to see the daughter, because she's going to have a baby. So he's taking his parents up there to see her, and they got stopped by ICE and they arrested his parents. Been in this country 30 years. Just anyway, that cruelty is the point. That got almost 100 votes, but it couldn't beat boner candidate number 3.
Nope.
J.D. Vance, 208 votes. He's the boner of the day.
There you go. That's your boner of the day for today. There we go. October 16, 2025, now qualified to be boner of the week. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Catch Garbage October 29th at the Complex for their final North American headline tour. Win tickets all week long with us. Radio from Hell. We'll give some away for Beat Gina.
All right. It's kind of funny to say catch garbage. So here she is, Victoria. She's in Chicago, the city of the Windy City, the second city.
War-torn Chicago.
Hog butcher to the world, Chicago. So are you laying low? Are you wearing a flak jacket?
Oh my God, it's really bad, you guys.
Is it?
It's really bad. Well, yeah, because I come to the city and then I interact with different peers in my job and how employees are being affected by this. People afraid to leave their houses, being stopped, and so. But I will say the silver lining is we have an amazing governor, and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
J.B. Pritzker.
He's the best, and so I'm grateful for that. But I will keep you updated on things that are not housewives when it comes to that front.
Okay. You can divide your attention, can you? Okay, that's good.
I can. Yes,
All right.
I can multitask.
All right. So what do we got going with the Housewives of Salt Lake?
Okay, so this week we have episode 6. It's called the Salt Lake City Soup Man, which we don't really know what this means, but I'll get to that. And so this entire episode is the ladies sitting around a table yelling at each other, and you would think I would enjoy this, and yet I was disappointed, and I absolutely blame Whitney, which I will explain. So I'm going to invite everyone to check out my Instagram right now at Judgy Empath, because I have some pictures posted so you can follow along. There's 3 ways I want to roadmap this episode. So first, Bronwyn's expressions in 3 acts. So if you go to my Instagram, we have a picture of her rolling her eyes, a picture of her with her jaw dropped, and then a picture of her holding up this Vita tequila bottle that Angie is giving back to Lisa. It's hilarious. But I love Bronwyn. I love what she brings. And I love that production made sure to give us these reactions because I think it's a great way to enjoy the episode. The next way we're going to walk through the episode is this event that Whitney organized. So first of all, the setup for the event is so dumb, and I think I said a couple episodes ago that I was willing to come around to Whitney a little bit more, but now I'm back to not liking her, and I just think she needs to not be a main cast member. She should be a friend. So she organizes this event, and we get this song that she sings at the beginning of the episode, and it's corny. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know what the point of this is, and it's really flat, like she can't sing, and this was dumb. The other way she tries to set up this event is she said, we get a scene of her talking to her husband Justin and saying, I was going through some pictures of Napa and I got inspired to organize an event with girls and wine, and I'm like, what? And then the last setup she says is that she's trying to launch a return to fun, sexy Whitney, because Fun Whitney has been put away and hasn't been able to be let out. And production shows us pictures of her in 2008 and 2011 getting tattoos. And I guess anyway, whatever.
I'd like to return to fun, sexy Whitney.
That might be worth it. So she organized this event at Lakai, and I learned a lot because it's been a long time since I've been in Utah. I didn't realize that now there's wineries, and they have a winery and their own wine and everything.
Oh, Lakai's been doing that for years, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I was not a Salt Lake City socialite, so I was not aware of anything going on at Lakai. Anyway, but Mary makes a point. She doesn't want to be there because of the bad juju, which I had to look up. So if you want to go look that up, or you didn't know about it, go look it up.
It's what bad. It's bad luck, right? I mean,
well, no, there's
bad
there's
vibes.
a murder suicide.
Oh, because the bad juju at Lakai. I see. Okay.
Yes, associated with Lakai, yes. The other thing with this event is the outfits are atrocious. And Meredith is the worst offender. I have a picture posted of this, it's a outfit made out of denim that has these flowers made out of denim, and there's these over-the-knee matching boots. It's horrible. It's just
when Bronwyn's wearing a butterfly dress that's weird too.
And then she has a jacket made of flowers, and then in one of the pictures you can see Mary is sincerely laughing at this whole thing. She thinks it's all ridiculous. And then the last thing that, again, Whitney is just so offensive in her organizing this event. I think offensive. She invites what she calls a spiritual intuitive consultant, and basically it's a psychic.
Yeah.
Who's going to do readings of everybody. And Brittany is the first person to have her reading done. And she goes up and she says, how did he know all of this about me? And production cuts to all these scenes from last season about Brittany talking about the things that he talked about in his reading. It's hilarious.
How did he know?
How did they know? She said he's the real deal, or the real deal, probably.
Real deal.
Real deal. And then it made me think of that Saturday Night Live skit, in case you missed it, with Amy Poehler this week with the psychic. Hilarious. Anyway, so the way I want to get through the last part of the episode is through some quotes. So we get, I don't do any tartar. Little salmon babies are just going to camp out in my belly.
What? What?
All right.
This is Mary. This is so Mary, you all. And this is her in response. She doesn't want to eat the smoked salmon that's being served. And then next we have, well, you're from Provo and I'm from Federal Heights.
Wow.
And this is because Angie has her house on sale, and then Brittany tries to give Angie real estate advice. But then it devolves into this stupid conversation about whatever the richest zip code is in Utah. And so Brittany says, I think I live in the most prestigious zip code. And then Whitney thinks it's South Jordan, and then Lisa ranks them from Highland, Alpine, Draper, and Park City. This is the stupidest conversation ever. Nobody cares. And again, now we're still caught up in money. So the next quote is, this is the first time I've ever seen an actual black card. So while they're arguing who has more money and who's more legitimate, Angie throws all of her credit cards all over the table, and they're picking them up off the floor, and she wants to show off her black cards. So anyway. And then in their argument as well, we get Angie saying to Lisa, you look like you've been in a wind tunnel, because she's trying to make a dig at Lisa's facelift and how far back the skin's been pulled. And then we get to the title of the episode, What About Soup Man, Bitch? And so this is Lisa trying to insult Angie. We don't know what soup man means. Angie goes off on a rant like, I don't eat soup. I don't know what soup is. I don't work in illegal soup.
I don't know what
I don't know what soup is.
And so there's a picture on Instagram where production gives us a picture of one of the peacocks at Lakai, and they put Soup Man. And so listen to my podcast, because my husband specifically has a very solid theory about what this is. And then Whitney was on Watch What Happens Live right after the episode, and she thinks it was a misunderstanding. She thinks Lisa meant to say Suit Man, but I don't know if we're ever going to get this explained, but it was a dumb, weird insult that Lisa wanted to throw at Angie. It doesn't make any sense.
All right.
So to get you through the episode, I have a drinking game for you all, which is also based on a quote. And the name of the drinking game is "She's Giving You Up for Lent. She Will Call You in May." And this is Bronwyn. She says this to Jared Osman on speakerphone because Brittany keeps breaking up and getting back together with Jared Osman. And so what you're going to do is take a drink each time someone says Jared, because they've broken up and gotten back together for the bajillionth time. And it turns out it might be because Brittany likes it when Jared takes her on trips and buys her things. So they say Jared 8 times, so make sure you choose your drink accordingly based on how drunk you want to get.
Yeah, okay. All right. So how do you rank? Did this move the plot or whatever it is along at all?
There's no plot.
This is a placeholder episode.
It sort of has a through line, doesn't it?
No.
A little bit. It does a little. I would say no. This is a placeholder. Maybe we'll get some more. We'll get some more plot next week.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's your Instagram and your podcast.
Yep. Follow me on Instagram at Judgy Empath and listen to my podcast, Couples Who Bravo Together.
Thank you very much,
Victoria.
Thank you.
All
Bye,
right, we'll see
guys.
you. Bye-bye.
Yesterday I cried.
All right, traffic.
Okay, so wet roads, still an issue this morning, although hopefully that's all calming down. Trying to see if anything new has happened here. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 330. This is Church Street in Davis County. Right lane is blocked there. Nothing else has been reported in the last hour, so I'm going to say things look like they're getting a little bit better on your commute. If it's not better and you want to let us know via text, you can do that at 33986.
All right. Coming up after these messages, Bill Frost will review Arby's steak nuggets.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought Gina was supposed to do that.
She was, but no.
I guess we know who loves the show.
Exactly. Coming up after these messages. And then we got Beat Gina on the way as well. Larson HVAC and Plumbing.
We have all had them at our house in the last week or two because it's fall. And that's the perfect time to have your furnace checked, your water heater serviced. And why did we all just happen to have it this time of year?
We're VIPs.
We're VIPs.
Exactly.
And you can be too. And we didn't have to remember it was time to do this. The nice folks at Larson HVAC and Plumbing gave us a call and said, hey, it's time to check on this stuff. We'll come out, take care of it. They fix what needs fixing. They don't try to upsell you on anything. They just take care of your system. And they'll be back again in the spring. If you want to be part of the VIP program, you don't have to be a radio person to do that. They'll do that for any friend of the program. Is your furnace ready for winter? Get ahead of it with Larson HVAC and Plumbing. Friends of the program can enter to win a brand new furnace at larsonhvac.com/X96. Plus, they have specials on 20-point furnace tune-ups, VIP plans, discounts for first-time customers. Larson HVAC and Plumbing only fixes what needs fixing. They're Ream Pro certified partners. Enter to win by October 31st. You do that at larsonhvac.com/X96 or call them at 801-930-5450.
And now it's time for another edition of Ned Hastings, Smoking Psychotherapist. Brought to you by Iger Brothers Chain Link. Whatever your chain link need, be it fences, neck ornaments, or medieval armor, call Iger Brothers. We've been linking you up with the finest chain link products for over 30 years. And now Ned Hastings, Smoking Psychotherapist.
Ladies and gentlemen, order. Order, please. It's time to get this committee meeting underway. The Utah State Legislature has impaneled this panel to look into Utah's new law prohibiting cigarette smoking in all public places. We'll be hearing from a series of expert witnesses today. The first person to testify is a psychotherapist named Ned Hastings. Sergeant at Arms, could you call Mr. Hastings to the committee room, please? Mr. Hastings, Ned Hastings, please come into the committee room. Mr. Hastings, thank you for being with us today. May I say that it's an unusual contraption that you're wearing. It looks like Well, it looks like a spacesuit.
Close, but no cigarette, Mr. Chairman. It works on the same principle as a spacesuit, and it was developed by NASA. But this is my patented Ned Hastings smoke suit. The backpack portion recycles fine, rich Turkish tobacco instead of fresh air. The bubble headgear captures every bit of smoke. None escapes into the outer atmosphere, thereby allowing me to roam freely through Utah's smoke-free environment.
Well, I'm not sure that this is allowable. You may be breaking a Utah law.
Oh, but I'm willing to take that risk for the sake of sweet, sweet tobacco.
Mr. Haston, I'm having a hard time seeing your face through the bubble.
Oh, yes. I'm still working on a system to clear the tar and nicotine resins from the inner surface. I have a devil of a time behind the wheel of my sporty car.
Oh, yes. Mr. Haston, you've been called before this panel as an expert witness. You are a psychotherapist, are you not?
I am.
And what is your expert view of the new Utah Clean Air Act?
I feel that it is an abomination before God and man. Not only does the law discourage people from finding good mental health by becoming new smokers, it is causing those existing smokers who have achieved some measure of mental stability to become unhinged. If this law stays in effect, I am anticipating a rash of crimes the like of which you little people have never...
My God, his suit's sprung a leak!
Filthy tobacco smoke is leaking into the hollow chamber. Evacuate this building immediately!
Oh, no. If tobacco smoke is leaking out, that means that fresh air is getting in. Must reach cigarettes in car. Holy shit!
Will Ned make it to his cigarettes in time? Join us next as Iger Brothers Chain Link presents another in the continuing adventures of Ned Hastings, smoking psychotherapist.
Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Sounds great. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special.
Like,
oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say Richard Kind. He is so wonderful. I just about cry when I read that.
you know who else is wonderful?
That guy?
Walter in Cottonwood.
Yeah, that guy.
Wonderful.
Walter.
Wonderful person in Cottonwood.
Cottonwood.
You know who else is wonderful?
Who?
Bill Frost.
Well, so this all started because he is wonderful. You're right. Gina Barberi, when we heard that Arby's had steak nuggets, Gina Barberi, I think the very first thing you said was, "I'm listening."
Well,
I'm steak nuggets, ooh, because Gina's all about the steak.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got to try them. And I said, well, and we said, well, get out there and try them and bring back your review.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So days go by. So have you tried the steak nuggets yet? No, I haven't. Well, I heard that they're not very good.
I kept reading multiple reviews. It wasn't just one review; it was multiple reviews saying these are not good.
But this is not an excuse, because as the food reviewer member of this, especially when it comes to steak, it's up to you, to your responsibility to the show, to show how much you love the show, is to go out and try it anyway, just to make sure that those reviews are correct.
I'm letting the show down. That's what you're telling
Yes.
me.
Well, Mills, you've got you helm the murder desk, the steak desk, and the sports desk.
Yeah.
But
there are a lot of desks.
But you didn't
And
try the steak nuggets.
Well, Bill Frost saved the day, though.
Well, he did, and here's what Bill Frost did was show you up and prove he loves the Radio from Hell show more than you do, because he went and tried the steak nuggets, and he sent a picture of them, too. I don't know if we have that, but it says, I tried Arby's steak nuggets. Yeah, there they are, x96.com/live. A new menu item that's like a twist on chicken nuggets, but really just further proof of the degradation of the Department of Health and Human Services under RFK Jr. and his second-in-command, Bippy the Brainworm. The 5-piece box of cow nugs I ordered came with 2 sides of hickory smoked barbecue dipping sauce. I would suggest asking for extra sides, because the sauce makes the crucial difference between somewhat edible and why has God forsaken us.
He's not the only person I've read that has said that. Yeah.
On their own, the steak nuggets taste like beef jerky bought at a 7-Eleven sometime between the deaths of Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan, and then fashioned into irregular-sized cubes. If you were ever served a steak made of this meat, in quotation marks, in a restaurant, you would send it back and demand that the cook be flogged while the rest of the kitchen staff chants, "No, chef, no!" Not only should you dip the steak nuggets not only should you dip the steak nuggets in the hickory smoked barbecue sauce, you should smother them generously with the barbecue sauce, at least 1 sauce cup per nugget.
Wow.
Again, ask for extras. Actually, request a 32-ounce soda cup filled with hickory smoked barbecue sauce. Drink that and dispose of the steak nuggets where no unfortunate animal will ever find them. Final rating, 2 out of 5 stars for the sauce only. Bonus atrocity.
Bonus atrocity.
The extra creepy Arby's.com steak nuggets description. Quote, at some point we all wonder what else is out there. But we're not asking you to break up with chicken. We're merely suggesting an open relationship with steak. Arby's steak nuggets are bite-sized, smoked and tender, made by the same meat-obsessed people who perfected roast beef. Nugget curious?
Ooh.
That's reasonable. Hungry? Even better. Meet the steak nuggets lineup, set your boundaries, and call it a nugget situationship, if that helps. Think of it as seeing where this goes. A few bites, a little sauce, maybe a second order, and then suddenly you're introducing steak nuggets to friends like it's serious.
It sounds like they spent more time on the marketing than on the let's make sure these are...
So you can get 5-piece steak nuggets, the 5-piece steak nuggets meal, which is, comes with the fries and a drink, I guess.
Now, if somebody...
There's a steak nugget sandwich, but listen to this one. The steak nuggets bowl. You know what the steak nuggets bowl is?
Oh,
you would really love this.
It's a sadness bowl.
It's juicy smoked steak nuggets served on top of creamy white cheddar mac and cheese with a sprinkling of crispy onions.
Ew.
Now, if you want a steak bowl, a good steak bowl, there is a restaurant in Eden, family local place called... Yes?
I'm going to run up there right now.
Called Hank's Bistro and Brew. And they do a fantastic smash burger.
Okay.
Really, really good. But they also have like a steak bowl. And they're little marinated steak bites in a bowl with like rice. And it's so good.
Well, you know what they need to do? They need to hire a marketing person for Hank's.
Hank's, so we were up there the same night as the Eden Balloon Festival, which was a mistake because there were thousands of people and not a lot of places to eat up there.
Yeah.
And Hank's was crazy busy. Here's their steak bowl. Our famous certified Angus beef seasoned with our house blend, drizzled with sautéed garlic butter, served on a bed of cilantro lime rice, accompanied by sautéed corn, onion, and bell pepper. It's really good.
Well,
So don't go to Arby's. Go to a local place. Go to Hank's in Eden.
I don't know. Bill Frost has taken the bullet, and he proves that he loves the show more than you do. And I'm still, if I'm passing an Arby's, I'm still going to try them, because I think that the show deserves at least one of its main members to try the steak nuggets.
Okay. If you'll take that, Bill,
If I will take that along with all the other burdens I've taken off your shoulders.
I'm not giving you this burden. I'm saying
No, I'm taking it.
I was going to yesterday, but I got busy.
Somebody says, I ate Arby's steak nuggets for dinner last night, and I'm still regretting it this morning. I have read too much about it.
To be honest, I have not seen anything positive about them, but I'm still nugget curious.
And I love their curly fries. If I'm gonna go to Arby's, I will get some curly fries. I like the curly.
I like a Arby's. Just their original, just a roast beef sandwich with some horsey sauce. That's a good sandwich.
The big beef and cheddar.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a big beef and cheddar. That was a special, wasn't it? I don't think they have that all the time.
I don't know. Let's see. A guy in the chat room. Boo, Gina, boo. If I said the new higher special was a 5 out of 10, you'd still go eat it.
Probably would. I mean, it takes some bravery, and it takes some an adventurous spirit to do what Bill Frost did. And
I don't have either.
I know,
of those
and
things.
I'm just saying we assigned this to the wrong person. We thought that the steak aficionado would be the person to do it. But.
Well, let's hand the steak desk to Bill Frost.
Do I have to give up the whole steak desk?
Yes.
I'm afraid
you
so.
keep the murder and sports desk, and the steak desk is now his.
I don't ever want to hear you mention steak fingers again.
Things look much, much better. I don't have any fresh
I'm at a bit of a crossroad.
fresh accidents to tell you about. Everything looks like it's cleaned up. Let's see if we can keep it that way, folks. If you see that changing and you want to let us know what you're seeing out there on the roads, you can text us at 33986.
All right. Beat Gina coming up after these messages. It's a multiple choice pop culture trivia. All you have to do is play the game to win the prize. What is the prize?
Tickets to see Garbage October 29th at the Complex.
Garbage tickets, 877-602-9696. Go see the band. They're threatening that this is their last tour.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it.
So, yeah, 877-602-9696. Just play the game and win the prize. Coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by.
I swore years ago I'd never go back to Florida.
Mm-hmm. Why did you swear that years ago?
Well, just because we had been there several times. We went to Harry Potter World. We went to Cape Canaveral. We did, and I didn't love Florida, but we took the kids to do all the kid things, and I thought, that's it. I'll never be in Florida again. And
never
then,
have to go.
And then my son decided to join the Navy, and he was stationed in Florida.
Well, you still didn't have to go.
I mean, I got to go visit him sometimes, and especially when he jumped off a boat and broke his leg pretty severely, so severely that he needed surgery, and it's a 6-week recovery. 6 weeks of not being able to put weight on it at all.
So what are you doing here? Why?
Well, no, I was there for a week. I was gone.
6 weeks recovery, Gina. 6 weeks.
Can't be there for 6 weeks. But I was there for a week to help him out. And I'm like, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll get a hotel room, because it has an elevator and a restaurant and everything we need in there. And so I found this hotel actually at the beach, and I'd never been to the beach in Jacksonville. Anytime we'd gone there, we'd been in the yucky city. But the beach area is nice.
That's what I hear. It's I've been most places in Florida, but I've not been to Jacksonville.
It's a nice, white sand beach, and this hotel was brand new. A Spring Hill Suites, and I was able to do the show from there, which was great that ended up working out. But it's a hotel. Now, if you have a hotel that lets you bring your dog, which is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, did you take a dog?
I did not,
Oh.
but you could. If that is available, a couple of things.
Yes.
If you have a barky dog, I don't think that's for you. I think this is for little, tiny, small, quiet dogs.
Yeah.
Because if you have a barky dog and the room is just above you and your dog barks all the time,
Did you complain?
I mean, no.
See that the first 5 minutes of it, I would have called the desk and said, I understand you have a policy that people can have dogs here, but this is going to drive me crazy.
Yeah. It's just, I just think
And
you
they
should
would have
be-
done something about it.
And if you're a responsible dog owner and you take your dog outside to poop,
You pick it up.
Do I have to say clean it up?
What are you pooping outside for? That's what I want to know.
do I have
Oh,
to
you
say
mean the
clean
dog?
it up?
Oh, I see.
I mean, come
I mean,
on.
we got rooms here at the what's this one over here on the corner, the hotel.
The Monaco?
Monaco, thank
Yeah.
you. The Monaco. I don't know why I spaced on that. It was during Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And they allow pets.
Yeah.
And so we thought, well, we'll bring Ripley.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's like that. She was a barky dog, and we left early.
You were a considerate.
We tried going to
Yeah.
sleep. She was focused on what's in the hallway. What, you know,
Yeah, there's noises, there's
noises,
smells, there's-
yeah, all this, and so
Yeah.
she was starting to get become a nuisance to other people. So we left.
Yeah, and it's Gina, you really do need to complain because they don't. Because people won't. Most people are not responsible. Like Carrie was
Yeah.
responsible. Most people are, they just let it happen. You have to complain, and the management would do something about it.
But I feel bad because you don't want to be that guest. Uh-oh, here she comes again.
No, I don't want to be the guest. I don't. You know what? I want to be the guest that brings a barking dog. How about that?
Because I had already lost my room key twice. So I was already a problem.
You were already an issue.
Really?
I'm like,
Twice?
I lost my key.
I mean, once maybe, twice.
Well, it wasn't even just losing my key. It was that I came downstairs without it, and Festus can't hop up to open the door for me. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I came down here and I forgot to bring my key with me. So it's not lost.
If you'd been going downstairs to complain about the dog,
Yeah.
just don't put up with it.
But one day I lost my phone, and I like, where's my
On the
phone?
same trip?
I can't find my phone.
I'm never going to travel with you again.
But the valet who parked the car, by the way, there is no parking lot at this because it's the beach and people would use their parking lot just to go to the beach.
Go to the
so you
beach,
have
yeah.
to valet.
Yeah.
Thank God Darius found my phone in my car.
Thank you, Darius.
And he's like, will you please write me a you can't just hand him cash.
No.
Everything's about, you have to scan this QR code and give him a review. This actually, rather than money, I'd really love this review on this QR.
The world has gone mad.
Well, that's. Listen. You go to the doctor now, and then as you're leaving, they say,
I
"Would
got
you mind
one."
giving us?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to post that on my Facebook.
Would you give us a Google?
I don't need people to know that.
No,
I
don't
got
want
my
it either.
prostate checked. I don't need.
give us a Google, will you?
I can't you just take a couple bucks, Darius, for finding I really appreciate that you found my phone. But Festus was excited. He's like, oh, you can finally get an iPhone now. I hope you lost your phone. Let's go get you an iPhone.
Do you want an iPhone?
I mean, I feel like I need one.
Why?
Like, what? Yeah. Like,
I've had nothing but Android phones all this time, and my wife has an iPhone, and I'd just as soon have the Android.
But like he said, right now you've lost your phone. Guess what you can do? You can find my iPhone, and it'll tell you where it is if you have an iPhone.
You know what? I can do that with my phone as well.
How?
Just go to. It's on my computer.
Oh.
I left my phone somewhere, and the only time I've ever done it, I left it at the Eccles Theater. And it said, "Your phone is at the Eccles Theater." Oh, thank God.
Let's see. Why does it seem like Bill and Carrie only have 2 weeks of vacation each year, but Gina has 6?
I worked. I did the show from there.
Well, it's in her contract.
Yeah. We've wondered that a lot.
It was not vacation.
But you're going next
That's
week.
a different thing.
It's a vacation.
That was planned.
Oh, that's
ahead
right.
of
You're
time.
going to Italy to help the Pope. Forgot.
Broke his leg,
Yeah.
and I'm going to. No, it's bad timing. I get it.
Do you still have Darius's QR code? We could all leave him. We could all leave him a good review.
I've been inundated with good reviews.
Damnedest thing. I don't understand.
Darius, I don't know you personally, but I heard you did Gina Barbaria a solid. Way to go,
buddy.
Well done, Darius.
Now, when are you going next week?
So I leave on Wednesday, but I'll be here. I don't leave till the
You leave
afternoon.
so
Wednesday to Wednesday.
So Thursday. Okay, all right.
And this was planned ahead of so I'm
Don't-
sorry about the timing.
Gina. I'm complaining to the management.
That's right.
Do you know what a pain it was to haul that equipment to Florida? It was heavy. I didn't have to do that. I could have said, I'm going to take care of my son, figure it out, but I didn't. And we did the show there.
You're so brave.
I am a trooper.
Did you like the book that Sue loaned you?
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay, I'll tell her. She might even be listening now.
I usually like her book suggestion,
But not this one.
but it was
What was the book?
it was called The Dream House, and it was domestic violence, and it was sad. I just wanted a little piece of candy. It was not a little piece of candy.
All right. I'll let you two hash it out.
Okay. Yeah,
Sue, give her candy next time.
Sue and I have this book exchange program that the conduit is Carrie Jackson.
Yeah.
We trade books through Carrie Jackson.
Usually murder books.
Yeah. And it wasn't a murder book.
Well, pull up a chair, why don't you? Pull up a chair and put your ear up close to the radio so you don't miss a morsel of this magnificent game show we call Beat Gina. In just a moment, Gina will probably win the coin toss and then tear into an unwitting victim. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. What about a delicious lunch today? What about Beanie Weenie? Ooh. Yes, delicious Van Kemp's original Beanie Weenie. Food in a can that's ready to heat and eat. Van Kemp's signature canned beans are combined with tasty sliced franks and then simmered to perfection in a savory, perfectly seasoned tomato sauce. Enjoy these beans and hot dogs for a snack, as part of a meal, or as a side dish perhaps. And preparing Beanie Weenie is so simple. You just heat on the stovetop or in the microwave for a convenient treat that's ready in minutes. Oh, and the barbecue version is delicious. Van Kemp's has been making delicious beans for more than 140 years. And now, here's a man who will never say no to Beanie Weenie, your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Is it Van de Camps or just Van Camps?
Van Camps.
Van Camps.
I always thought it was Bandy King.
I did too, yeah. All right, there we go. Let's get our randomizer has picked Tara. Tara, are you there?
I am here.
All right, Tara, let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage if you call it correctly. Heads or tails?
Heads.
All right, let's see what happens. It is heads. Yes.
You're one step closer to winning these garbage tickets. They are coming to the complex on October 29th.
All right, so because you won the coin toss, you go first. Multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I will give Gina a chance to answer the same question. If she answers it correctly, she'll steal your point away, and we'll go back and forth like that until one of you gets 3 points. We got some leftover trivia questions, so let's start with Kill Bill trivia. Ready?
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
First question. Tara. Originally, Kill Bill was planned to be what? Was it one? Was it one, an anti-science thriller starring Bill Nye? Was it 2, a family comedy starring Bill Cosby? 3, a one epic 4-hour film? Or 4, an HBO limited series?
Well, knowing Tarantino, I bet it was a single epic film.
That is
That's
correct.
correct.
Yes.
That's a point for Tara, and now we go to Gina.
Gina.
Yeah.
Like his character in Kill Bill Volume 2, David Carradine was also a fan of what? Is it 1, collecting comic books? Is it 2, Hatari Hanzo samurai swords? Is it 3, autoerotic asphyxiation?
Well.
Or 4, shooting people in the face?
I mean, there are arguments to be made for lots of those, but the Superman thing, one of the best parts of that, the comic book.
Collecting comic books.
There you go. 1-1. Back to Tara.
Tara?
Okay.
Roger Moore trivia. Leftover Roger Moore trivia. What did he hate doing when filming? What did Roger Moore hate doing when filming? Was it 1, he hated being wet? Was it 2, using a blue screen? He preferred location shooting. Was it 3, learning his lines? Why can't we improv, Bob? Yes, and? Or was it 4, wearing clothes? He was a nudist.
Wear clothes again?
Tara?
It's you, Tara.
That's it. Tell me again the first. Sorry, I got caught up in the.
In the silly.
All right.
You got caught
Was
up
it 1?
Give me again. I know, in the silly.
Was it 1, he hated being wet while filming? Was it 2,
Okay.
using a blue screen? He preferred location shooting. Was it 3,
Okay, blue screen.
blue
Number
screen
2.
is your answer? Well, no, that's actually not it at all.
Okay.
Yep.
I bet he hated getting wet.
He hated getting wet.
Obviously.
All right, it's 2-1. Gina's in the lead. If she answers this correctly, she will win the game.
All right, Gina. Roger Moore has a fear of what?
Okay.
Getting wet.
Is it 1, Dr. Mantis Toboggan? Was it 2, mashed potatoes? Was it 3, snakes or 4 guns?
Snakes.
Snakes. Terribly sorry.
Tara.
I'm going to say guns.
Guns is correct.
Now it's tied, and Tara, you control the question. You could win with this one.
All right, let's see. Before becoming an actor, what did Roger Moore do? Was it 1, he was an animator? Was it 2, a catalog model? Was it 3, minister for common sense? Or 4, he liked pineapples professionally?
Only professional.
Oh, my gosh.
Not
Tell me
personal.
the first 2 again. God, why do you do that?
Was it 1, an animator? 2, a catalog model?
Okay, I'm going to say number 2 because I already knew that, I think.
Oh.
Oh,
Gina.
wasn't a model.
I would have said that too, Tara. He must have been an animator.
Animator is correct.
There you go.
Okay.
Gina wins the game.
Wow.
Interesting. Wow, okay.
Well, but
Huh.
you know what, Tara?
I tried.
You did.
Well,
You know what? You tried so hard. Even though I beat you, I'm going to give you these garbage tickets.
Oh,
anyway.
you're amazing. And even though I beat you, I'm going to donate to the road home anyway.
Thank you so
$25.
much.
How's that sound?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Hang on the
Thank
line.
you.
Hang on. We'll tell you how to get those.
I got to get home. Mrs. Ola and I are doing the Beanie Weenie.
Ooh, well. All right. Big boy news now brought to you by.
Laser Halloween is lighting up the night here. Thriller, Ghostbusters, and more, and a bewitching show for all ages. Tickets on sale at Clark Planetarium through Halloween. Don't miss this frightfully fun time.
For 1 week, a corner of London has been transformed into a pocket of ancient Japan, with dozens of sumo wrestlers converging on the city in a rare foray outside of Japan. The Royal Albert Hall, world-renowned as a concert venue, is hosting an authentic soil and sand doyo, or wrestling ring, and a striking roof reminiscent of a Shinto shrine. Thousands of fans have packed the venue in West London for the opening night of the 5-day Grand Sumo Tournament, featuring 40 rikishi, including megastars Onosato and Hoshiro. It is the first time the Japan Sumo Association has staged an event outside of Japan since 2013, when the wrestlers competed in Jakarta, and it marks a return to London after a 34-year absence. I want to show people the good things about sumo, said Ukrainian wrestler Onashiki, who won his opening bout. You only see sumo in Japan, so there aren't many people walking around Europe with top knots and kimonos. I hope it will be a good chance to interact with people on the street. The Cavernous Royal Albert Hall has made significant adjustments to cater for the wrestlers, bringing in new chairs capable of bearing 200 kilograms in weight. I don't know how many pounds in weight that is, but those guys are heavy. And installing reinforced toilets.
Oh. Beanie weenie.
Yeah. Vast quantities of rice have been eaten every day by the competitors, with organizers revealing that their wholesaler had run out of noodles. The Rikishi themselves have made quite a splash, posing for pictures in front of Buckingham Palace in their traditional dress and traveling around the city by bicycle.
Did you say 200 kilograms?
Yeah, 200 kilograms.
That's 440 pounds.
Oh, my God.
Ah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
They even recreated the iconic image of the Beatles on Abbey Road. Well, of course they did. But that would be really fun to see.
Yeah.
A lot of spectators and people were just, I guess Hoshoyo he overpowered, he's from Mongolia. He overpowered Japan's Hakuoho in the penultimate bout of the night. And then Japan's Onosato, who tips the scales at 191 kilograms. So he got the better of his compatriot. And anyway, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. The former Secretary of Defense joined the former employer of the Secretary of Defense, Fox News, joined CNN, ABC, and NBC in leaving the Pentagon.
The only network that is there is OAN.
Yeah. That's because the company, Fox signed a joint statement with all the other major news outlets saying that the new requirements imposed by Pete Hegseth on the press would restrict journalists' ability to keep the nation and the world informed of important national security issues. The policy is without precedent, and it threatens core journalistic protections. The move is a blow to Pete Hegseth, a former No, it's not. And a former host of Fox and Friends Weekend, Hegseth announced the new rules last month, threatening journalists access to the Pentagon if they didn't sign on to the rules that would punish them for either soliciting or publishing information that the Pentagon did not want released.
Yeah, basically, he wanted them to. He wants to hand them a press release and them to publish it.
He wants stenographers.
That's what he wants.
An initial memo to reporters read that that information must be approved for public release by an appropriate authorizing official before it is released, even if it is unclassified. Reporters that did not sign the agreement would not be issued press passes. News organizations have until Tuesday to agree to the new rules. So far, only One American News has done so, and they made a big deal. They all all the press people arranged to meet at a certain time at the Pentagon and then make a big show of walking out together.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Kirk's accused killer is going to go on trial in Utah County. And officials say there that the increased attention and public scrutiny of the death penalty case contributed to their decision to pay for more Robinson's defense, to pay more for Robinson's defense compared to other capital cases they're funding.
Oh.
Robinson is accused of shooting Kirk when he was speaking at Utah Valley University. He's facing several counts of murder. His defense attorney, main lead attorney at this point, is Catherine Nestor. That's who you see there at x96.com/live. She's filed a motion arguing that Robinson should be allowed to wear plain clothes during court hearings.
That's pretty typical.
Yeah, that's not unusual. A judge has found that Robinson can't afford his own attorney, so Utah County is now constitutionally required to foot the bill for his defense. Officials have estimated it will cost more than $1 million to fund both the prosecution and the defense. So there's another high-profile death penalty eligible case right now in Utah County. It's Michael Aaron Jane, who is a semi-truck driver accused of intentionally crashing into a police car and killing a Utah police officer last year. Douglas Stewart Carter is a longtime death row inmate accused in the 1985 killing of the aunt of then-Provo police chief. Carter's conviction and death sentence was overturned due to police and prosecutor misconduct, so those cases are also being handled right now in Utah
They're all
County.
expensive.
Yeah, very expensive, high profile. None of them as high profile as the Charlie Kirk thing, but let's see. This is rather disturbing. The Sun newspaper's Katie Davis has taken a photo of a drone no, excuse me, that's the caption. Just weeks after Russian drones had violated Polish airspace, here we go, and then repeated sightings of unidentified drones in NATO skies, relatively cheap, lethal, and widespread drones have become Russia's weapon of choice against Ukraine. Since the start of last year, Russia has fired more than 38,000 of these, they're called Shahed drones, to wreak havoc in Ukraine. And officials say that drones like these could be headed for the UK's airspace. Oh, jeez. Again, this is fear speculation is what it is. The reality is these weapon systems are not just targeting Ukraine. They're targeting Poland, and they're being built to intimidate us. We need to make sure that our country is secure and our country is safe. That is the UK. NATO allies have sprung into action. Sweden has sprung into action. They've been started to stockpile food since the first time since the Cold War, amid fears of a war with Russia. After ending its long-standing policy of military non-alignment and joining NATO in 2024, Sweden is taking drastic measures to build strength in the new total defense. The government announced plans to invest lots and lots of money as part of its budget to set up grain reserves. We are well aware that we need to stockpile food. The risk of Sweden becoming completely cut off is low, but the risk of complex supply chains being disrupted with major unpredictable consequences in the event of war and conflict is unfortunately more than likely these days. Let's see. The University of Utah has unveiled a new scholarship program as high school students consider their next steps after graduation. Funding college is a barrier for a lot of people, but the U of U is offering a scholarship that could change the game for those students and their families. This just gives them a whole new sense of what the future could offer, said Salt Lake City School District Superintendent Elizabeth Grant. The new scholarship, called Utah Promise, is for first-year students whose family, household income, and assets are less than $100,000 a year.
This is a great thing.
It is limited to Utah residents, and the applicant must also have an unweighted high school GPA of at least 3.5. So have to have a 3.5 grade point, and be under $100,000 a year.
This is a really great thing they're doing.
This is designed to expand access to higher education across the state of Utah. Let's see. So in recent years, a lot of Americans have shifted to a more health-oriented lifestyle using.
Sorry.
I mean, what you need to sort of, Gina, you need to just sort of go back to sleep when these stories come up. Okay. Using vitamins and supplements and protein powder to meet their daily nutritional requirements. However, a new report found that some protein powders and ready-to-drink shakes contain dangerously high levels of lead.
This explains the podcast bro situation so much.
I think, you need to have a lot of lead if you want to build those muscles.
No, the podcast bros with their protein powder, they're all selling protein powder.
Yeah. And they all drink a lot of lead.
Yep.
And so apparently Consumer Reports said it conducted tests on 23 popular protein powders and shakes, finding more than two-thirds of them contained higher than recommended levels of lead contamination.
Well, they're unregulated.
Some by more than 10 times the recommended daily intake. This will make you dumb in a hurry.
Exactly.
And finally this.
Talk about a Joe Rogan experience.
West Valley City residents are voicing concerns about the future of the Ridge Golf Club, a course that's been around for decades. The Ridge Golf Club. City officials say that we might use the land for something other than a golf course. I can't imagine somebody taking that away, said Steve Beck, a West Valley City resident for nearly 40 years. It's just mind-boggling. But there is some talk about it's, valuable land. And
but isn't green space valuable?
You can, but condos, Gina. Little boxes for people to live in.
I know you guys aren't golfers.
You do?
But there there is already not enough space for all the people that want to play, and getting a tee time is hard. And
That's what I hear.
So if that is something you're into, getting rid of golf courses is not welcome news.
Well, it's but people need little boxes to live in. So,
sports weather traffic.
Well, as the franchise's first home game, the Utah Mammoth, there was a new presence in the crowd, riling up fans. We have a mascot, the 6'5" Mammoth mascot, light blue fur, dark blue mohawk, 2 white tusks, broke out of a faux ice block in the middle of the rink before the team's home opener against the Calgary Flames on Wednesday. They have named him Tusky.
Terrible.
We named Utah Mammoth mascot Tusky to lean into our team's Tusks Up rallying cry. No, you did it because it's lazy. That's like the laziest name you could. Really? You couldn't come up with anything more interesting than Tusky?
Maybe that's why he looks so disgruntled.
He looks angry.
I don't like this name. And the mohawk is a little much.
Tusky is going to be a big part of our community, creating memorable experiences in and out of the arena. Fans can expect to see Tusky everywhere.
Let me say this right now. Tusky had better stay away from me.
Bill has a problem with masks.
The chat room says he looks like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger villain.
Yeah, he's got angry eyes.
Yeah, he looks mean. I guess that's what they're going for.
I mean, well, because he's a hard competitor. I don't know. I just think Tusky
That's a lazy name.
They could have come up with something.
Like Manny.
Clubber was what I thought would be
Manny
good.
the Mammoth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know with Manny if they were worried about, because that's the Ice Age.
Ice Age.
So maybe they would be worried about, trademark stuff.
They're already getting sued.
But come on, could have been something better than Tusky. But oh well, they won last night. That's the good news. They beat the Calgary Flames 3-1. On Major League Baseball, you've got the Brewers and Dodgers. Dodgers lead that series 2-0. That game is at 4:00 today. Blue Jays and Mariners. Seattle leads that series 2-1. They play today at 6:30. That's your sports. Weather, 41 right now. Spotty sprinkles still possible throughout the day today. Cold, only going to get up to 53 for a high. Overnight low 40. Then we gradually warm things up. Sunny tomorrow, 59. Saturday, 62. Beautiful day, sunny. Sunday, even warmer than that. Back up into the 70s on Sunday. Then there's another storm system that looks like it's coming through on Monday. Traffic, this just came through. Traction law in effect, Little Cottonwood Canyon.
Really?
They got enough snow up there that they're having the traction laws in effect. So if you're headed up Little Cottonwood, be aware of that. Down here in the valley, looks like things are moving great. We had some issues earlier this morning, but I don't have any current accidents being reported. And I don't think anybody has sent in anything via text, but you certainly can if you see something. We're always open to it. 33986. Why spend stupid ticket prices for concerts when you can experience great live music for much less at Salt Lake's coolest, most intimate venues? Check out Penny and Sparrow with Aaron Ray this Friday, October 17th at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Robert Gerke is next. Stand by.
I thought I wanted a martini yesterday. I hadn't had a martini in a long time. So I stopped at the liquor store and I bought a handle of cheap gin because I like cheap gin because it tastes more like Christmas tree than...
You prefer cheap gin?
Yeah, I do,
really?
kind of. Yeah, because I like the real juniper-y and more, your higher end gins, most of them, they have botanicals in them or, they try to get away from that juniper flavor so much. So I bought a handle of gin and some vermouth. And I went home and I was going to... Now, I like my martinis shaken, not stirred.
Because you're James Bond.
No, because...
Jimmy disagree with you on this.
I know. He says really should stir them. But I like them shaken because they get colder that way.
You like them cold.
Yeah, I like
you
them
like
really...
the little crystals that form in it?
Yeah,
that
really
is nice.
cold.
Yeah.
So I got home. I got my bottle of gin and my bottle of vermouth, and I rummage around in the fridge and find some olives and some cocktail onions. I like both. And then I said, where's my martini shaker? why isn't my martini shaker here where it normally is? The space on the counter that we call a liquor cabinet, but it's just a space on the counter. Why? Where? And my wife said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I lent your martini shaker to my sister for a cat photo shoot."
Well, please,
I said, "What?
Please to be explaining what
You what? Yeah, I lent your martini shaker to my sister for a kitty photo shoot. What do you? So
Is the kitty dressed up like a bartender?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I should probably see if I could get the.
Yeah,
picture.
that's a sentence that demands a follow-up.
So my sister works she at the Humane Society.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, and so I think they were featuring a cat. And now I don't know why they wanted a cat with a martini shaker.
Maybe his name is Martini.
I bet he was a
follow-up.
tuxedo cat. I'll bet. Yeah, I haven't gotten a follow-up on this yet, but so I had to have my martini stirred and not shaken, which was sad. But I hope the kitty got use of the. I'll have my martini shaker back today, I think, unless they need it for more.
Several people are now weighing in. This is nothing gets a cat adopted like a cocktail shaker.
Right.
Because they actually say for adoptions, and it's true, the better
The
picture
better the
you
picture,
have,
yeah.
the more likely they are to get adopted.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure they were staging some clever little,
Now people want to know: did you just use Tupperware, or what did you do to?
No, I just
stirred it?
I just
Used
used
two
it
glasses.
I put it in a glass. and
Yeah,
stirred
two
it.
glasses. Also, we are demanding photos.
yeah, you got to follow up with this.
I'll see if I can get them. I'll try and get them.
Yeah.
But
it's.
Somebody says Bill loves him small lives.
Small lives.
I love small lives. I like smunions too.
Doesn't that make it a gimlet?
A Gibson.
A Gibson. That's what
It's a Gibson named after Ambassador Gibson. You know the story.
No.
But he was an ambassador in Washington, D.C., I guess, and I don't know, United States ambassador to something. And he would hold cocktail parties for dignitaries and heads of state. And so at cocktail party, there'd be waiters going around with trays of martinis, and people would get drunk and spill secrets and things like that.
Ooh.
But he wanted to keep a clear head, so he said, "Make my martini not a martini. It's just water. But put an onion in mine." So that I know which one to take.
Nobody will want that.
Yeah, put an onion in mine.
Onion water.
Yeah,
People will go, ew.
Cocktail onion in mine. I know which one to take. Ambassador Gibson said, and so that's why it's a Gibson.
All right. I
don't think Jimmy taught me that. I knew that before I met Jimmy.
We don't have a cocktail shaker anymore.
What?
No, we use.
Found you never use it.
No, if we demand that sort of a shaking situation, you just use 2 glasses.
Yeah, Part of the
Jimmy
reason
taught me that actually.
Part of the reason I like the shaker, and if it's not back today, I'll try that with the glasses. But I like the shaker because the metal gets it even colder.
Yeah.
It does. However, it alters. When it gets cold, it changes and makes it so the lid is next to impossible to get off.
That's true.
Well, I have my Lewis bag and my mallet. My wooden mallet
for ice.
So you put the ice in the canvas bag and you pound it with the wooden mallet. So if the lid is stuck on the cocktail shaker at all, you just tap it with the wooden mallet, the metal cocktail shaker.
And this all just. All right, is this sponsored, Gina?
Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or HasterGames.com.
Who's that journalist? The pickle guy. Gurky! Gurky! Radio from Hell on X96.
It's Robert Gurky. He is a columnist and reporter for the Salt Lake Tribune. sltrib.com. Hi. And he's also, you were telling me the Alec Baldwin when he crashed his car.
Yeah. So if you've seen the video that Alec Baldwin posted after the crash, he said he was very grateful to Officer Gherkin. So
Gherkin,
yeah. So that's actually closer to the original origins of the name, I think. So, yeah, you know,
you're related probably to Officer Pickle back
probably
in
somewhere in the old
Massachusetts or
country,
wherever that was.
Yeah. You know, Officer Pickle, we're everywhere. We're taking over.
Bob, we were talking off air. You've been all over a story up in Camas area. Tell us about that.
So earlier this summer, back in May, there was actually before May, there was a proposal to incorporate this cattle grazing land. It's
beautiful.
These rolling open hills they were part of the Garf ranches for over a century. In 1992, they subdivided it into 40-acre lots. So still huge lots where people could build a house, but they were still going to graze there. And some of as more and more people moved in, they wanted a little bit more flexibility on what they could do with their land. They wanted to be able to subdivide those 40 acres into, different things. And they were saying the county wasn't giving them the authority to do that. And so they wanted to create this town of West Hills. And it started out
create a whole new town,
and then they can decide for themselves how they want to use it. If there was talk of a grocery store coming in, things like that. And some of the residents didn't like that because they moved in there knowing it was going to stay this, open space kind of landscape.
Yeah.
And so they sued over this. And this week, the judge said that the state's incorporation law is unconstitutional. And the reason for that is because after the map was set, after they had the public hearing, and some of the people who said, no, we don't want to be in this, they exercised their exclusion. After that window closed, they added a bunch of other parcels of people who didn't want to be in the town, but couldn't exclude their property from the township. And the judge said that's treating people who are similarly situated differently. And there's a clause in the Constitution called the Uniform Operation of Laws Clause that says that people have to be treated the same under the law. And the judge said this didn't treat people the same, and so he voided it from the ballot. Now the organizers of the township, because obviously there's a lot riding on this.
Money.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yes, certainly. The organizers of this township said they're likely going to appeal this, so it may not be over yet. It's already on the ballots for the people who live in the area of this township. There's only original estimates were about 47 people who were going to be able to decide the fate of this town. It's still going to be on their ballots when they get them, but as of right now, the county clerk's not going to count those or release numbers.
So green space has been preserved, at least for the time being.
For the time being. And this is to kind of tell you where this is. It's sort of between Hideout, Tuahey, and Camas, right up there.
Yeah.
As you're driving into Camas, up on the east side.
Yeah, I know.
And it looks down into Oakley. It's really lovely. And we went up and looked at it back in June. A photographer, Trent, and I, and it was you can see why these people like it the way it is. You can also see perhaps why people feel a little bit hand-tied with their ability to put up fences and
make money,
divide it. The organizer said we're not going to put quarter-acre lots on this, but maybe we'll do 5 acres, or something like that. But once the cow's out of the barn, so to speak, there's a lot less restrictions on what they would be able to do with it. And so for right now, these people are the opponents of this township are really pleased that they're going to be able to keep things the way they are.
Well, you need a grocery store.
They want a grocery store.
We need a car wash.
And that's one of the things actually the county said that was a problem with this is that there's not really a town center. The way they had to adjust the map to make it fit. There's all these weird, they called them arthritic fingers that stretch up into the east and include property just to get the right number of people that are living there. So they have to have at least 100 people in the town boundaries, but not all of them are. Some of them are second homeowners, right? So they wouldn't have gotten to vote on it anyway, and that's another.
Now, where does all the stuff with redistricting stand right now?
It's making my brain hurt. So, as you know, the legislature on October 6th picked their map, submitted it to the court. The court's going to have a hearing on that later this month. But the Republican Party this week filed to launch a ballot referendum and a ballot initiative to repeal the map. The referendum would repeal the map. The initiative would repeal Proposition 4. And if their thinking is if they do that, then the whole problem goes away. They can go back to the maps that we have in place now that are the 4 safe Republican districts. Last night, the plaintiffs in the case filed another lawsuit, another complaint that said it's unconstitutional. This ballot, the initiative they're doing is not a typical ballot initiative where they gather the signatures. And
That's what I was going to say. If it's that, it's going to take them time to do it.
It's not that. They gather this in this one. It's called a legislative initiative or an indirect initiative. They gather the signatures, and then the legislature has to have a vote on whether to repeal it. And of course, the legislature is going to vote to repeal it. They've tried to repeal it before, but remember the Supreme Court said you can't do that because it violates the citizens' constitutional right to pass an initiative. The party thinks that if they do this indirect initiative, it kind of it counters one initiative with another initiative. But here's what the plaintiff said in their complaint last night is that the indirect initiative is just created through statute. It's not a constitutional right. So then you'd have a statutory right to this indirect initiative trumping a constitutional right, which is the direct initiative. So they're trying to get that struck down. I also talked to the lieutenant governor yesterday, and she's, I don't want to say her hair's on fire, but she's a little stressed out about the whole thing because there are these timelines that go along with a referendum and initiative process. Yeah. They've got until November 15th to gather the initiative signatures, a little bit later to gather the referendum signatures, but then they've got 3 weeks that they've got to verify it. People have 45 days after that to take their name off of the ballot. So we're talking, January, possibly February before you could even.
And her office needs to start preparing for elections.
Her
next
office
year.
has told the court they have to have a map in place by November 10th.
Yeah. Here's what that uppity lieutenant governor should do. She should just sit down and be quiet and realize we don't need to have an election.
Well,
we just don't need to have one.
It is kind of funny. The chairman of the Republican Party said, maybe timelines are going to have to be sped up and people are going to have to work harder, but that's what government officials should be doing. And so it has created, though, as she said it, this unnecessary chaos in an already chaotic system, where the November 10th window could be just totally out the window. Yep. And people will be filing to run for offices without knowing what the boundaries are going to be. Or they could file for offices and then the boundaries could change on them right out from under them. And that's going to lead to more lawsuits and litigation.
And don't think that they're not going to try to do a constitutional amendment next session that gets rid of this process altogether.
They will.
Yeah. And they just can't do that until the next election.
Right.
Robert Gerke, thanks, Bob. Robert Gerke, sltrib.com. Look for his byline. You can read the Trib online, or you can actually have it delivered to your house.
Yep, we'll still do that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Well, for the first time this season, the traction law is in effect for Little Cottonwood Canyon, actually. Chains, four-wheel drive required. They got enough snow that's an issue this morning. That's the only issue right now, though. No accidents being reported. If you see something, as always, you can text us at 33986. Nightmare on 13th, Utah's scariest haunted house is now open. Come see why millions of people have screamed over the last 35 years. Buy your tickets now with promo code X96 at nightmareon13th.com.
All right. After these messages and a song, it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to win. If you were listening, you know who won the Boner this morning. If you weren't listening, cheat. Go to X96. Well, you could probably guess today, but go to X96.com and check your work. Look for the box that says Boners, October 16, 2025. Click on there, and it'll give you the correct answer. What is the prize you will get if you tell us who won the Boner this morning?
The prize you will get is tickets to see Evil Dead in concert at Kingsbury Hall.
All right, Evil Dead tickets, X96. 877-602-9696 is the phone number, KXRK Provo. Salt Lake Film Society.
We love Broadway Center Cinemas. That's if we're going out to the movies, that's where we like to go, because not only do they show first-run movies. Bill just went there to see the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie. But they do these special programs, which are always super fun. Right now, they've got the Tower of Terror going on. You can see Mandy, which is a very well-reviewed horror movie with Nicolas Cage. And the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974, both containing insane performances and chainsaws. They're both playing Friday and Saturday night. And don't wait to be saying, "Damn it, Janet," on Halloween. Get your Rocky Horror tickets now. This is the live show, the shadow cast, they call it. They play the movie. They get you all the props and everything you need to have the most fun with that. That always sells out, so make sure you get your tickets for that, Tower of Terror, and anything else at slfstix.org.
You brought up the word moist, Nick,
Mm-hmm.
as being a word that some people don't like. They don't like the sound of it. It kind of gives them the creeps.
Mm-hmm.
And some guy in the chat room sent this list, moist and 28 other gross-sounding English words that everyone hates.
All right. Well, it's a list, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is from something called the Thought Catalog, and I don't agree with most of this. I mean, there are some words that I kind of go, ugh.
All right.
But moist is not one of them. Number 2, blog. These are words that get under some people's skin. Number 3, lugubrious.
What does that even mean?
It means sluggish and slow.
Okay.
Yoke. Number 4, yoke. That's fine.
Sure.
Number 5, gurgle. It's fine. There are 2 number 5s here for some reason. Phlegm.
Phlegm.
Phonetically, it's
I
fine.
mean, I don't care for phlegm, but it's a thing, but the word is okay.
It's fun to say.
Fetus. Now, here's a word. I kind of don't like this word. Curd.
Curd?
Curd.
I don't mind curd.
Like large curd.
That's a fun word.
Large curd.
It's a good insult.
Smear.
Why-
I don't mind smear.
Yeah, what's wrong with smear?
Squirt.
It's one of my favorite beverages.
Yeah.
Chunky.
Chunky?
Oh, that's a good pet name, right? Like, oh, look at that little chunky boy. right there.
Number 12, maggots.
Yeah.
Now here's one. Viscous.
Viscous.
It's viscous.
It's fun to say.
I like it for the reason people dislike that word. It attacks with the tip of your tongue, right?
Queasy.
Queasy.
Bulbous.
Bulbous is that one's kind
Now
of.
here's a pretty good one. This is kind of a creepy word. Pustule.
Yeah.
I think that's the first word you've said in this whole list that might elicit a physical reaction from me.
Pustule.
Yeah.
Is that a pustule?
Yeah.
Ooh. And is that pustule festering?
Festering.
Fester.
Is good too,
Fester.
yeah.
And
Okay,
does it?
Those 2 are good.
And does it secrete something?
Secretion.
Okay, those 3 are pretty.
Yeah.
And then we go to 19, munch.
No.
I don't mind munch.
Not at
20.
all.
Now 20. I don't know why, but I've never cared for this word. I don't like to say panties. I don't.
I think it's a funny word.
I don't know why, but I just don't like to say the word panties.
Why? It's taboo, maybe,
No, I
to some
don't-
degree?
I don't
Or
know. I don't know. Like, why can't we just say underwear? You know.
Well, we have boxers, so what's wrong with panties?
Well, there's a difference.
I guess.
Are you wearing panties?
What if I am?
I don't care. Number 21, clogged.
Clogged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 22, again, these are English words that people don't like to say, don't like the sound of them.
Mm-hmm.
Vomit.
Vomit is, that's.
Jowls.
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 It's not a gross word.
I would say vomit, back to vomit.
Yeah.
On its own, fine. Vomitus.
Vomitus.
That's where you.
That's got some oomph
Yeah,
behind it.
you're adding
yeah.
some
Yeah. Number 24, dripping.
dripping. No.
25, roaches. Roaches.
Roaches.
Roaches.
Yeah.
Just bugs. That's one maybe. 27, mucus.
Mucus is a good one.
Phlegm, I think, is worse than mucus.
You think phlegm?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm a phlegm guy over a mucus,
Or a mucus?
bro.
I think if you say mucus with a B, bucus, like you have a cold.
Yeah.
Bucus.
There's a lot of mucus in my
Oh, I have
nose.
so much bucus.
Like,
This one, I don't like this word either. Slacks. You wearing slacks?
what don't you like about it? The
I don't know.
imagery
It's
or
just,
the
I don't know.
phonetics?
What about dungarees?
Yes, it's pretty bad too. You can just say pants. You don't have to say, I'm going to wear some slacks. And why are they slacks? I don't understand.
Because
that.
they're not jeans.
Yeah,
I
but it's
guess.
not a gross word, right?
Mm.
Is that gross to you?
Yeah. Slurp.
Slurp.
Yeah, and I think that's the end of the list.
Slurp.
Slurp.
Now, see, if we were a real Good Morning show,
Yeah.
we would have been overreacting to most of those, and we didn't.
No.
No.
It's
This was a perfect opportunity to, have some sort of viral thing going where we're all going,
yeah. No, it's to me most of the. I mean, they're just words.
Well, there was those 3 bangers back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? The bulbous, pustule, and fester.
Secrete.
And secrete.
That's very biblical.
Bulbous.
Right? They're gross, and then it implies like a plague.
Bulbous, pustule.
A texter disappointed that the word crotch isn't in there.
Crotch?
Crotch.
It's not a very. It's not a very. I mean, it's just
Deserves to be there before jowls. What's gross about jowls?
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd replace jowls with crotch.
Yeah, probably. I would too. Now I have words I really like saying, but I don't get an opportunity to say them very often. One of my favorite words is cudgel.
Cudgel is
Yeah,
good.
but when are you ever going to say, I'm going to go get my cudgel and let you have it?
Remind me what a cudgel is.
It's like a little. It's a stick. It's a
like
beat
a club.
thing.
Oh,
a
yeah,
club.
I just
to beat
Googled it.
people with.
Yeah.
A cudgel.
Nick says impale.
Yeah, it's not gross. It's violent, right?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. Not a lot of those words were necessarily
Somebody
gross.
says they hate the word throbbing.
Throbbing, huh?
Dole whip.
Oh, come on now.
Roses? No, come on.
No.
Oh, that's something different.
Because we can't have our own texting
That's right,
program
yeah.
is why.
Yeah, crotch is not because it's just kind of a crude sort of.
Not over jowls, though. Jowls doesn't belong on there.
No.
That's one thing we agree on.
How about jowly?
Jowly?
You're rather jowly. Meaning you have jowls?
Sure.
Oh,
Awfully
here's
close to jolly. So
here's one. Discharge.
Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
discharge.
Discharge should be on there.
It's vague enough and medical enough. It lets
Yeah.
your mind wander.
Oh, sputum.
Mm-hmm.
Sputum?
Sputum should be on that list. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Sputum.
Sputum.
A mixture of saliva and mucus coughed up from
Yeah.
the respiratory tracts.
Yeah, it's when you spit a gob, it's usually sputum.
Sputum.
One of those.
Mateo Gristle.
Gristle.
Yeah, gristle.
Wasn't there a band? Yeah, there was a band called Throbbing Gristle.
Throbbing Gristle. Gristle's a good one.
Gristle is pretty. Yeah. Penetrate. That's all right.
Gross.
Nah.
It's
Nah.
dirty.
No, it's not dirty. You hear it during a football game all the time. They had to penetrate the interior line.
All right. Well, that's.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
There you go. All right. Well,
Good list.
we will.
This is really high level of entertainment there.
I think so.
High class.
Yeah, this show is so political.
I know.
There you go.
Time flies for Walter and Roy. It's just flying just like that.
In
Just
Roy.
In Roy.
Walter.
Walt. They call him Walt.
Okay.
There's no reason.
In Roy.
It's just Walter.
It's just Walter for some reason. Okay. All right. That's good enough for me.
Oh, it's the Boner recap.
Yes.
Ah.
Philip is here.
Philip. Good morning, Philip.
Yes.
How are you?
Good morning. Good.
Philip, do you like it people to call you Philip specifically, or do you also go say if people call you Phil, that's okay?
Whatever. I'm not really picky about it.
That's probably a good. That's probably a good rule of thumb. I would call you Philip. I think you sound like a Philip to me. What are you?
Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing today?
I have to go get some blood drawn.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah, just normal checkup. So,
all right.
Getting older,
Yeah, I don't want to get too personal. That's so just as long as you're okay, Philip.
Tell him it's none of his business.
Go ahead, Philip. You can tell me that.
No, it's okay.
All right.
It doesn't bother me at all.
You see, that's good because I would have hung up on you. Now, Philip, I'm going to read these three boner candidates that we presented earlier. You tell me which one was the winner, and you'll win a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
Live at the Echoes presents Evil Dead in concert Wednesday, October 22nd at Kingsbury Hall, a live screening of the cult classic in a newly restored format, brought to you by a live ensemble performing the revamped original score. Sorry about that.
Philip, have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, it's been a while, and not with the live music, so that will be awesome.
Yeah, I saw it on video, but I did have live music. I had an orchestra in my apartment when I saw it. So, Philip, you'll win those tickets, and it'll be a great evening here. Let me read these, and we'll just get right to it. Boner candidate number one, cruelty is the point. That's the parents of a U.S. Marine in California. They were detained by Immigration and Customs, by ICE, while they were going to visit their pregnant daughter. The father then was deported. This is a couple. They've lived in this country for 30 years. They have pending green card applications. They just threw him out of the country, and his wife's status is somewhat uncertain at this point. Then there was boner candidate number two. My creativity will not be stopped. A rap singer. He goes by the name of Armani White. Stopped traffic on a busy interstate highway in Kentucky. Just stopped traffic so he could film a part of his video that he was doing because he's an artist. I can do this. I have creative license. And then there was boner candidate number three. How about you just caution your kids not to be racist little homophobes, Mr. Vance? That's the vice president downplaying, that's J.D. Vance, downplaying all of the messages like I love Hitler and rape is epic and things like that were created by 25 to 35-year-old young Republicans. He says, oh, these are just stupid jokes. Just let it go. They're just, kids, not kids if they're 24 or 25 years
Exactly.
old. Kids being kids. And you know what I tell my kids? As a father of three, I caution them, my boys, don't put things on the Internet. Be careful with what you post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that somebody is going to leak it in an effort to try to cause you harm. Why don't you just try and teach your kids not to say racist, homophobic things in the first place? And then you don't have to worry about what they put on the Internet. So those were the three candidates, Philip. Which one was the winner?
I wish it wasn't true, but number three.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it wasn't true as well. It just seems so ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right, Philip, congratulations, though. I hope you enjoy the evening, the Evil Dead live in concert. Should be good. It's going to Wednesday the 22nd, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, Philip, and Katie will help you out there.
Get your information for your tickets. All right. We're going to take a break here. And then after that, it's Big Boy News and Opinioendo. All the leftover news.
Okay.
Coming up after the standby. Did you
Recently on the Rachel Ray Show, she was promoting her new fragrance, which she calls Fancy. It's $85. She sprayed some in the air and then started naming all the benefits. The main one was that it allows you to fart and nobody can smell it.
That's a selling point.
That's what she said. She said if you're in an elevator and you're wearing this perfume.
She's a classy one.
Do they have a guy's version? Because, boy, I tell you, I'm holding...
You want to wear something called Fancy?
Well, I'm holding one back right now, and I don't want to...
Go ahead.
I don't want to hurt you guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go on.
Why?
Do it.
Go
do
outside.
It. Come on,
Don't.
chicken. Come on, do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Not chicken. I'm just not sure you really want
Do
that.
it.
Why do you want him to do that?
Do it. I don't believe him. I don't believe he's holding one.
I believe he always has one ready.
And I don't believe...
I believe he
just
can...
put the microphone down
Don't do it. I'll leave the room.
there. And I don't believe it's going to be as bad as you say.
Jeez. But you weren't serious?
That's the lowest we have ever sung on the radio.
And I didn't even go all the way.
Oh, man.
There's more.
That's dangerous. Yeah, he did. I made him. I made him.
You know how I am with peer pressure. Here, Carrie, have a drink. Here, Carrie, fart. Pull my finger. Listen, it started when I was a kid. It started when I was a kid. My dad used to make me pull his finger.
He did. I don't smell anything. Seems fine.
It'll circulate.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Come
maybe we better take a break.
I haven't been eating much meat lately, so.
Oh, geez. Well,
you know.
You know, for someone that just
That was really
tuned into
good.
this show for the first time,
I know, they
just
would-
now,
We don't usually do that.
We've lost them forever.
Usually,
Really?
you know, we're.
Do you think? You don't think that they could forgive us just this one?
I can't forgive you.
Now, long-time listeners of the Radio from Hell show, if you'd like to call us now.
Listen, I was goaded into it.
I did.
hope
I
you're
pushed
both
him.
happy.
He was calling me names. He
I
was
pushed
pointing
him.
at me.
I pushed him. It's a good thing there wasn't a cliff.
I'm glad we
Anyway.
don't have a sponsor for the boner right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll ever have
Nope.
one either after that. Oh, my God.
He made me. All right. Uh-oh.
Weather?
Somebody just texted and says, well, that's why you guys have a new three-year contract.
And Sue just texted in, I am so proud to be your wife
Your bags
right now.
are on the porch.
I also just got a texter that says, I can smell it from here.
It really is bad.
Is it?
Well, I've been holding it all morning. I haven't had a chance to leave.
I know what that's like.
I figure I'd be fine until, at 10.
Yeah.
It really started to kink up. And then you talked about that perfume.
Oh, God, I can't believe you did that.
Now, listen, how do you guys know it wasn't just a recording
It
of a
wasn't.
fart?
He put the
Shut up.
microphone down.
Shut up. It could have just been a recording of a
No.
fart. You don't know.
You don't, but I'm here to tell you it wasn't.
Well, see, these guys are selling it. They're acting.
Nope. That was real.
Oh, man.
Great.
Oh, wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Don't.
Yeah, it was. It was real.
Told you.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do it
No,
too.
no.
All right.
I don't have one, or I might.
Is it like yawning? It just, when somebody
No,
does it,
no.
everybody
It's
just
contagious.
No,
just
I got.
jumps in and-
No.
Okay. All right. Right, big boy news and opinioendo now, brought to you by.
Brought to you by, now through October 19th, save up to $100 on select sets of Nexen, Toyo, or Nitto tires. Stop in for all your service needs at your locally owned and operated Big O Tires, the team you trust.
If the wineries that have cropped up recently in southwestern Utah have a familiar ring, it's because they echo the region's pioneer past, when vineyards and grape growing were ubiquitous, and wine fueled profits. The Dixie Wine Mission was created in 1861 when pioneer prophet Brigham Young sent 30 Swiss families skilled at winemaking to the region. It supplied the then Utah Territory with sacrament wine, while growers sold the rest of the wine to non-Latter-day Saints
Really?
to buy goods that they were unable to produce themselves. Where other ventures in the area failed, the grape growing business took off. By 1870, there were about a half a dozen outfits in St. George producing up to 2,500 gallons of wine per year. That's according to Dixie Wine, a thesis Dennis R. Lancaster published in 1972. Of course, the death knell for the lucrative mission sounded in the late 1800s when the Silver Reef mine closed and hard-drinking miners lost their jobs. And then the final nail in the coffin for the wine business came when the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints supplanted the sacrament wine with water. The industry withered on the vine when that happened. More than a century later, a hardy group of entrepreneurs is resurrecting the wine industry and restoring it to its rightful, or it says here, fruitful place in the greater Zion economy. Thanks to their efforts, a small but steadily growing wine industry is rising from the ashes. Jimmy does a whole bit on this, I believe. The Utah Wine Trail, launched in 2021 with a mission to promote wine tourism, educate folks on all that goes into winemaking along the way. Visitors are bestowed a dizzying array of wine and bequeathed the trail pass that gets punched at each winery and entitles them to a complimentary gift for visiting all 6 wineries. There are 6 wineries in southern.
I had no idea
Utah.
we had that many.
So there it is. There's a lot more to the story. This was in the Salt Lake Tribune. Who wrote this? It was. I'm sorry, I can't find the name of the author, but there you go. So if you look for it in the Salt Lake Tribune, it's Utah Vintners Reviving LDS Winemaking Tradition. The White House was host to a lavish fundraiser. Donald Trump hosted a lavish
For underprivileged children?
fundraiser to support his $250 million White House ballroom, brushing aside the atmosphere of bitter partisan gridlock brought on by the shutdown of the government, whining and dining his wealthy guests. Trump invited dozens of donors, helping to bankroll the under-construction ballroom with gold-lettered invitations. In attendance were representatives from Lockheed Martin, Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet's Google, and Amazon and Palantir Technologies. And there's a lot of just really wealthy people. Billionaire Harold Hamm, who donated to Trump's 2024 campaign, stands to gain from his energy policies, was also there, as were Blackstone CEO Steve Schwarzman. I think Blackstone's that private army group.
Yeah.
Right? The cryptocurrency impresarios, MAGA Inc., and PAC donors Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, the Winklevoss twins, Trump's Small Business Administration boss Kelly Loeffler, and the Family of Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick.
Blackstone is an investment group.
Oh. What am I thinking of? Blackwater.
Blackwater, yeah.
We have a lot of legends in the room tonight. And that's why we're here to celebrate, because you have given tremendous amounts of money to see a ballroom built for the first time at the White House.
Again, why aren't we raising money for underprivileged children or
the White House
cancer
for
research?
150 years plus, they've wanted to have a ballroom, and it never happened because they've never had a real estate person in charge.
There are hotels close by with ballrooms that are already there.
Yeah.
This is a huge undertaking.
It's yet another vanity project.
He reportedly pitched a larger ballroom to the Barack Obama administration, offering to pay for it himself, and they said, "No, we don't think that that would be a good idea." The Jetsons, you remember that beloved cartoon show? Of
course.
Jim Carrey is in talks to star in a live-action adaptation of The Jetsons. The original Jetsons animated comedy series premiered on ABC in 1962, featuring futuristic family George Jetson.
Yeah, who will play Jane, his
wife, their 2 children, and Rosie,
Daughter
the
Judy.
housekeeper.
Daughter Judy.
Elroy, wasn't it?
His boy Elroy.
And the dog Astro.
Yes.
Mr. J. Mm-hmm. Various live-action versions have been attempted over the decades.
This project's been kicked around Hollywood quite a while now.
Directors like Adam Shankman and Robert Rodriguez had previously tried to do it. ABC has ordered a live-action TV pilot back in 2017 from Robert Zemeckis, but that didn't get to a series. So we'll see. If Jim Carrey really wants it done, if he really wants to do it, he'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you have to do is say Jim Carrey. Would he play George?
I would think, yeah.
Now, what about Mr. Sprocket?
Spacely.
Mr. Spacely.
Spacely Sprockets. Yeah,
Jetson!
Yeah, is he a little old to be George Jetson?
Nah, he'd be fine. He would be fine. Following the final 12 hours in the lead up to the death of Jesus Christ, including his arrest, trial, and crucifixion, the film starred Jim Caviezel as the Messiah. That was Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ.
Mm-hmm. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. Although the screenplay was based on the Gospels, it did face the wrath of many people at the time who said it was too graphic, violent. Others said it went so far as to call it anti-Semitic. Despite the backlash, it was a box office success. I never saw it. I had no desire to see it.
I saw it. It was hilarious.
After years of discussions that a sequel is on the way, in 2016, writer Randall Wallace said that he and Gibson were working on a follow-up that would focus on Jesus' resurrection and the events surrounding it, and they are, in fact, doing it. Mel Gibson says this is going to be the biggest film in world history.
I don't think so.
He said, then he said it was, that was in 2020. Then in 2023, it said it was coming soon. And then he was going to reveal earlier this year that it would be titled The Resurrection of the Christ.
Yeah.
He had initially planned to keep the original cast, but he's now pivoted on that, and he's hired a Jesus.
Well, that's because Jim Caviezel said he wouldn't do it.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and like I said, that movie is so old.
So is Jim Caviezel.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Jesus was early 30s.
Now he's hired a Finnish actor named Jaakko Ottenen, has been cast as Jesus, and
They've recast everything. They
Yeah.
recast Mary.
Yeah.
They
Mary
recast,
Magdalene will be
yeah.
a Cuban actress, Maria Garaga, and she was in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. And so there you go. He's going on with it. I don't recognize really any of the names that are going to be in it. So
They're the people who will work with Mel.
yeah,
That's who you get.
Liza Minnelli. Yeah, she's still around.
Yes.
Liza is going to bestow Janet Jackson with an Icon Award.
I've outlived you all.
Liza. The outing will mark Minnelli's first major public appearance since the Academy Awards in 2022, not counting her surprise turn as a special guest at a taping for the season finale of RuPaul's Drag Race. It was fabulous. The gala will take place at the Beverly Hills Hilton in Beverly Hills, October 21st. The Icon honor is being presented to Jackson for her, quote, unmatched influence on music, dance, and culture, as well as her continued advocacy for compassion, empowerment, and artistic excellence. I don't believe Liza is going to perform in any way.
Oh, no. I think she
she'll-
barely will.
She'll be. Amy Poehler's getting backlash for a controversial guest on her podcast.
Ooh.
She, of course, was Leslie Knope on Parks and Rec, and one of her co-stars was Aziz Ansari.
Well, she shouldn't
as
get
Tom
backlash
Haverford.
for having him on. They work together. They,
Everyone loves the podcast, so when the comments look as they do right now, you know something's up. Observed one YouTube commenter beneath Tuesday's episode of Poehler's Good Hang podcast. Aziz Ansari was accused of sexual misconduct in 2018, but he and other big-name comedians, Pete Davidson, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Louis C.K., are receiving backlash for performing at Saudi Arabia's Riyadh Comedy Festival
That's right.
earlier this year. Human Rights Watch warned late last month that the state-sponsored event was an attempt to deflect attention from the country's brutal repression of free speech and other pervasive human rights violations. This is reminiscent of, and it's a Gil Scott-Heron song, Johannesburg. What's the word? Johannesburg. And people, or what is it? What's the one? I ain't gonna play.
Ain't Gonna Play Sun City.
Sun
That was,
City.
Little
yeah.
Steven.
Yeah. When the apartheid government would invite performers to go perform, and finally there was a boycott, and they said we're not going to play at Sun City, not going to do that anymore. It's unclear whether the podcast was recorded before or after Ansari performed in Saudi Arabia. Why did she do it? I don't know. They're still friends, I guess, and he's had a hard time finding work, I think. Since all
this
that
isn't
happened.
the only issue he's had. He's had.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned the sexual
That's what I mean.
misconduct.
Yeah,
comment,
it's-
Kevin Federline claims that his ex-wife Britney Spears, with whom he shares 2 children, cheated on him with a woman. It's according to who cares? I mean, I
that
don't
was a
care.
long time ago. Why are we talking about it
because he
now?
has a book.
He's got a book.
He has a book.
why.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow is addressing the book Gwyneth, the biography.
Does everybody have it? Why don't we
Well,
have a book?
Amy didn't, or Gwyneth didn't write this.
Oh,
This is not her
okay.
book. This is unauthorized.
It's a biography by Amy Odell.
Yeah.
The 53-year-old actress has spoken out about the biography that was released over the summer, which she did not participate in, calling the author a hack who missed everything. She totally missed everything. The truth of who I am, what my impact is, adding that while she didn't read it, her husband Brad Falchuk did. he was like, well, it's bad. It's just bad. It's really badly written. And I was like, okay, the stuff that I saw in People magazine it was all rubbish, the things that I supposedly said. It's very sexist. I was like, okay, hang on a sec. Why do the men get Walter Isaacson and I get this hack, you know? Again, when this sort of thing happens, the best thing to do is not say anything.
Yeah.
I just say, I haven't read it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really. I didn't participate in it. I don't know what it says. I try to avoid seeing reviews of it. I just don't care.
I sort of understand coming out and saying it, because if you don't say that, then people are going to assume what's in it is true.
Well, go ahead and assume what you like. That would be my response. Go ahead and assume what you would like. If you want to assume that it's true, go ahead. But I don't think I'll ever have to worry about that.
I was going to say I'm
I was
working
going to say,
on.
is somebody working on a book?
Are you working on mine?
I'm working on a book
about me
right now. Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
the
fine.
unauthorized biography.
Carrie, and what
That's
you
fine.
just heard, you can put whatever
can
you
put
want
whatever
in
I
there,
want.
and
That's
you won't
fine.
say anything about
That's
it.
fine. My attorneys might say something about it, but
Well, then that would be you speaking up about it.
no, I'm mum's the word. You'll just hear from my representatives.
Weather?
43 right now, only going to get up to 53 for a high today. Spotty sprinkles, chance of that happening throughout the rest of the day. Overnight low 40. Tomorrow we warm up a little bit and dry out a little bit. 59 for a high. Even more Saturday. 62, even more Sunday. 71. Should be just a beautiful weekend, it looks like. Next chance of rain looks like Sunday night into Monday. Another storm system comes through then.
All right, thank you.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake up. Yeah.
You want to open up the Batman?
Do you want me to do this?
Trading
Yeah,
cards
do it.
and-
Do it. Come on, do it.
So this is from 1980. What?
It says 1989. This is from a classic pack of Batman movie. You know, the first, the Michael Keaton one, not the first Batman movie, but the Michael Keaton one.
The real Batman.
Well, yeah. From 1989. Adam West. But this is it's not valuable because it's the second series.
Okay.
And so they're selling these at the comic book store in Dr. Holt's for just like $2. But these are, I thought they were reproductions because that's the new thing now. For those of us who are still fishing for our nostalgia from our childhood, they're recreating things from our childhood in the exact way. You know, like the Star Wars action figures and Mego action figures and all. I thought this was a reproduction when I saw it on sale. But no,
It's the original.
these are from 1989. Batman trading cards. 9 cards. 9 cards, 1 sticker, and 1 stick bubble gum. Do the math. Tell me how old this gum is.
1980 to 1990, that'd be 31 years old.
31-year-old gum. Here we go.
You're not going to do it. You're gonna,
Now, it doesn't have that smell that gum. And
No.
it's gonna be as brittle as a piece of floor tile, you know.
No, that is okay, so the first thing we get is a sticker.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sticker of the Joker. Now, it's an artist's rendition of Nicholson as the Joker.
Okay.
So, all right, so there's that. And the cards, some of them are art cards.
Oh.
You know, production art cards, they use.
Yeah.
To help frame the thing. And then the others are, Batman's public service, that there's pictures of Jack Nicholson, and there's the Batmobile parked in the Bat Cave,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a trading card. So it's like the old trading cards. All right, so here we go.
Let's see.
now show us the gum first before you eat it. Does it have that white powder on it?
It used to. Let's see. Okay, so there's the gum.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you can see this at x96.com/live.
Now, is it the size of one of the cards? Oh, no, it's not.
It's like a stick of gum.
You want a comparison?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it was the gum in there was like the size of a card or just slightly smaller than the whole card.
That looks like a piece of Trident.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here he goes.
All right, 30-year-old gum. Oh, God.
It crunched.
Crunchy.
I think it broke my teeth. Yeah, the chat room is saying this is a bad idea, and I'm starting to agree with them.
Yeah, don't eat it. Don't do any more of that. I'm just wondering if it still forms into gum.
It doesn't sound like gum.
It's not forming into gum.
It's just staying in crumbles on your.
It's staying in dry crumbles.
I think you should spit it out.
So like the soul leaves a body,
Mm-hmm.
the essence of the gum has left the gum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spit it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's too
now,
bad.
Now, someone said, this is awfully radio stunty of you guys. To which I say, well, that's what happens when the mayor doesn't call. So
Well, you could have had the mayor here.
We were hoping to put some information out, something, that could help you. But instead, I'm eating 30-year-old gum because
I would
the mayor
call
didn't
City
call.
Hall and blame and blame the mayor.
Mm-hmm. So let her know that she's ruining our show by not showing up.
She could have been having important mayoral business.
Yes.
That's not our problem. Although
Wow.
she's now made it our problem.
Rainbow lights, let's lose control. Move your body, break the mold. Hearts united, we are bold. Join the parade, dance along. Feel the pride where we belong. Shake the ground, raise your voice strong. Celebrate all night long. Join the parade, dance along. Feel the pride where we belong.
Let's talk about these vehicles.
Now we have with us James, George, and Steve Fry. They are representatives from Warner Ineos Grenadier, and of course there's a big test drive event this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday. And I'll be there Saturday from 11 to 1 at Warner Ineos Grenadier. But what the hell is this thing? I mean, where did this come from? All of a sudden it's just here. And I looked it up, and this is a unique-looking vehicle. But how did this all happen? Who wants to tackle that?
So
Get up real close to it.
This is Steve. How's it going? Thanks for having us, everybody. It was kind of the brainchild of Sir Jim Ratcliffe over in the UK, big overlanding Defender aficionado, and he approached Land Rover about doing a collaboration to bring back the old Defender concept. They passed on the idea, and so he just basically designed, hired Magna Steyr, and designed and built the vehicle from scratch.
Magna
essentially.
Steyr is an automobile designer of some note.
They're the engineers that do a lot of the behind the scenes for the Mercedes, BMW, GM, a lot of different manufacturers. But
So he came up with his own vehicle.
he did exactly.
Now what Ineos is his name?
No. He's out of the UK. He's this owner of Ineos, and it's a chemical company. But he's largely involved in motorsports. He's got a Tour de France team. He's got a sailing team. He's part owner of Manchester United. At F1 Petronas team, so he's got his fingers in a lot of pies.
So
for
tell
sure.
people about this vehicle now, the Grenadier.
It looks similar to a Land Rover. Kind of the style is sort of similar.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, they basically, this is James, by the way. They basically took a old Defender design and the G-Wagon, smushed them together, and the brainchild was born, which is the Ineos Grenadier.
Now, I've driven a Land Rover and I've driven a Grenadier, and the Grenadier seems to be more solid to me than the Land Rover.
It is.
This thing's really built.
The idea is it's a little bit lower on the tech end of things. It's not going to drive for you, or it's pretty minimal tech, more utilitarian and grassroots. So it's basically like getting an old Bronco or Land Cruiser from the 70s, and it's just a driver's car. It's a blast. I love it.
If you want to see what it looks like while we're talking, you can go to Warner Ineos, and that's INEOS, WarnerIneosGrenadier.com. And if you just get close to that spelling, it'll come up.
Yeah,
And look at this thing. It's really an unusual looking. What's it like inside? What's the inside of it like?
So they actually designed it after a jet cockpit. So you got all the switches and toggles up above. So you feel like you're jumping in an airplane.
That's why I told Fry when I drove it.
Yeah, you said. Harry came back and said this is like a cockpit.
It's like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
it is totally. Yeah.
It's designed to be driven around town and off-road.
It's actually off-road first, on-road second. So if it can handle the off-road aspects, driving on the pavement's pretty simple.
Because it's full-time 4, right?
It is full-time 4-wheel drive, and it's a body-on-frame, older design. A lot of the cars these days are unibody, so this is actually the body goes on top of a steel frame. So it's just super heavy-duty. It'll tow 7,700 pounds.
Whoa!
It's just super fortified to... It's got tractor axles that are made in Italy, so it's kind of like a melting pot of a bunch of different components that are just super heavy duty.
BMW engine.
Correct.
When you get inside of it, and it's like a cockpit, but is it comfortable or is it very? I don't know how to. It's not plush. It's not the word I'm looking for, but is it comfortable?
It's very comfortable. It has Recaro seats, so it's one of the best seat manufacturers out there. But the best way to describe this is a luxury tractor that's a Lego set, because you can modify them to however you want.
Well, that's cool.
I haven't seen two build out the same way yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, so go test drive them. There's test driving going on starting tomorrow. I guess you could go today if you wanted.
You can go any day.
Yeah, but you get the
We're there.
You get the free stuff when you're there.
Yeah, but so when I'm there on Saturday, got free tacos, got a taco truck there, and if you take a test drive, you get a free T-shirt or a hat when you take a test drive. My guess is people will be lining up. Now, are there two different models, the Grenadier and the Quartermaster?
So the Quartermaster is the pickup truck that just came out this year. In 25, so it's kind of like a crew cab. The wagon is what both James and I have, and it's you could just pack all your stuff in it and head off the grid, and it's a blast. These things will go anywhere. Available front and rear diff lockers. The engine and transmission's just like butter. They drive and shift as long as your foot's in the gas.
It's automatic.
Correct. 8-speed ZF BMW trans.
Oh, man.
Powered by the B58 straight 6 BMW engine. Same one you'll find in the Toyota Supra, the M3s, M4s.
And then you can toggle it to shift gears yourself if you want,
can.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you can do it manual.
Yeah. It's got it. They come, what's nice is they come from the factory 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty, which is a year better than, your BMWs or Audis, any of those.
And if you're driving one of these around town, people are going to go, "What the hell is that?" as you go by, right?
It is. I mean, I'll be at the supermarket, and mine's kind of like a bright baby blue, like an old school Rover, and they'll come out and they'll be taking pictures like, "What the hell is this thing?"
Now, if you get one, do you have to wait for it to be shipped, or you got them?
We've got them in stock. We've got the remaining 2024s. We have 10 grand off right now. We've got a lot of 25s dropping right now with Costco rebates, 3
Costco rebate.
Costco rebate, two grand, 3.9 financing. So they're incentivizing them pretty heavily.
I mean, these things. The big Utah families are going to love these. But if you're an outdoorsy person at all, and this is a compliment, this is a zombie apocalypse vehicle. Is what
it really is.
Now, that's correct. Now, I've gotten used to really enjoying modern conveniences in my car, and it has all of these things: lane departure warning. Well, actually, I turned that one off.
I did too.
Autonomous braking, I don't mind that at all. I love the so it's got the when you look in your rear side mirrors, you can tell if there's a car in the other lane.
It actually doesn't have that either.
It doesn't?
This is going back.
I have to turn my head then.
We're back to the 90s.
You actually have to use your mirrors.
And is it? And then it's got all the other stuff you want: Apple CarPlay or Android Audio.
It is. It's all touch screen, Bluetooth streaming, and I mean they've got removable Safari windows, so you
Quick
could
T-top.
you could take those out. It's like an old van or Corvette. So,
and it says here that as well as Android Auto, Sirius XM, and it's also got X96 and ESPN 700.
Yeah,
it does. I have those set to my favorites.
Listen, it's great. Tomorrow would be a good day to go for the test drive. And then Saturday, I'll be there from 11 to 1. We'll have all kinds of stuff to give away. I'm looking forward to seeing it. What's the address of this of Warner Ineos?
It's 5544 West, 2400 South, so right out by the landfill, actually.
Okay.
We take them through the landfill sometimes.
We try to find dirt or mud.
And on Saturday, if you buy this weekend, you get $2,000 in credit toward accessories, so rock sliders, camp tables.
And that's Ineos accessories.
Ineos accessories.
You'll want those. You'll want those.
All right. Sounds great. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday.
Right. Sounds good. Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Come by a Grenadier. They're awesome.
We'll take a break and play a song for you and crawl towards the exits after the.
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696. Easy to play this game. Well, game. Yeah, you just call and talk to us.
It's a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
No other radio station does this.
No.
If they say they take phone calls, they're either actors or they are pre-recorded and
We've got Stacy on the line, and she had a first date she wants to tell us about. That's bull.
Back when I was an intern, I may or may not have helped out with one of those.
on another station?
On another vague station.
Okay.
Hello, yeah, what?
But this is whatever you want to talk about.
We'll start with Ranger Kate.
Ranger Kate.
Hi, Kate. I saw Ranger
Good
Kate
morning.
on Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, did you go get a fancy drink from the Holiday Oil with Carrie Jackson?
I went and got one of the milkshakes at the Holiday Oil.
Mm-hmm. A fruzel. Anyway, yes, you.
Hello, yeah, what?
I wanted to talk about all the poor bears that are dying lately in the Wasatch Mountain, and now the latest one at a campground up in Montana.
I like the
I'm
milkshake
so
talk
upset about
better.
it all.
No, not just they aren't just dying; they're having to be put down, because people don't follow the rules. Is that what you're getting at, Ranger Kate?
Yes, I'm glad you said that first. It's literally because people are not being bear conscious when they go into bear world, and then they're all acting surprised that bears are doing what bears do and demanding. I mean, I guess the public isn't necessarily demanding that these bears get shot and put down, but DWR kind of realizes that when bears get habituated or they learn to be not afraid of humans, that they can become more and more dangerous, and so they have to put them down. But nobody's talking about the problem of stop leading the bears to campgrounds with your trash and your food and your bad behavior.
Kate, I was just going to say, we got like 30 seconds. What can people do or not do in this case to help the bears?
If you have a bear locker at your campground, use it religiously. Everything from your chapstick to your granola bars needs to go in a bear locker. If you don't have a bear locker, lock everything in your car overnight. Never, ever take food into a tent. Never leave anything out on your picnic table overnight. And trail runners, if you're going to trail run in the Wasatch Mountains, carry bear spray.
There you go. Thank you, Ranger Kate.
Thanks, Ranger
Good
Kate.
advice. Ranger Kate knows her stuff because she's been to all of the national parks.
Hello, yeah, what?
It is the innovative radio feature where you call in and talk to us about anything.
Questions, comments, criticisms, or jokes.
Here's a texter. From 2010 till about 2013, there were 2 radio stations in Utah that would either call me or send me Facebook messages telling me to call them, and I had a script, and I was paid in concert tickets.
Really?
Yeah. Name names, please.
No, we can't.
Well,
To us. You don't need it.
For my
for
own,
us. Okay.
For my own personal.
Okay. That is something we have never done, by the way.
We've never done that. I just want to know who is doing it.
They're referencing the segments where you are an actor to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because most radio stations don't take just regular phone calls.
My character on the dating segment that I was on peed off of a balcony and ruined the date.
Did you have a say in what you could talk about?
Not really,
It
but
was-
I kind of have a problem where I commit to a bit too hard.
Oh.
So it wasn't
You
wasn't
would.
too hard to convince me.
I can see that, by the way.
Hello, yeah, what?
Let's see. We usually don't take anonymous calls.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I
But
feel about this.
it says here anonymous, but
Okay. Who is this?
yeah.
Anonymous.
Hello,
Hi, where are you calling from, Anonymous?
Salt Lake County.
Okay.
The reason why I want to be anonymous is because we adopted a female adult Rottweiler last weekend.
Okay.
And she is so well behaved and so well trained that she was clearly loved by a family in the past. She was abandoned at the end of May and been in shelter since May. And we were worried she was going to get euthanized. So I just want to send a message to this family and say that we will look after that
Oh,
dog.
that's nice.
Oh,
okay. You made us nervous being anonymous, but it's ended up being a nice
Yeah, I
call.
apologize, but I just don't want people to know where we are.
Got it.
Totally fine.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
It's that, Dawn.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Dawn.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was going to call in anonymous, but you just recognized my voice. So it wouldn't
Yeah,
matter.
What do you got
I
going
just
on,
wanted
Dawn?
to. I got a rebut to Kerry Jackson's comment.
Uh-oh.
I do not sing like Shatner.
You don't?
But, however, I'm glad you brought that up because I do sometimes recite lyrics at my open mic, and so this Saturday I'm going to be doing Evelyn the Modified Dog as Shatner. Evelyn, a modified dog, viewed the quivering fringe of a special doily.
Glad
And
you're
I'll do it
enjoying
in honor of you.
I'm glad you're enjoying this, Nick. Nick is
I was
lovely.
so worried about this
Love
whole
you,
thing,
man.
Don. I'm glad you called in.
All right. Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Dawn.
Okay. 877-602-9696. Quince is here. Hello, Quince.
Quince.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, Quince.
I'm here to promote my two very small podcasts.
Now, hang on a
I do.
second. Hang on a second. I'm not allowed to promote my podcast, all right?
Well, Carrie, you have to call in to Hello, Yeah, What?
Why should I allow you to promote your podcast?
Well, we said you can promote things.
All right.
Hello, yeah,
Go,
what?
go ahead.
Go ahead,
What
Quince.
are they?
Go ahead.
No worries. So one is called The Movies That Moved Us, where we interview guests about a movie that they have loved, that has had an impact on their life, and just, talk about, how many times they've seen it, what parts that they love the most, what really transformed them.
Okay.
And that one is a lot of fun. But the one that I think I like more personally, just me and two of my best friends, we have one called Cinema Bums, where we just kind of like a book club challenge each other to one movie a month. So then we end up watching 3 movies. And I started it just because I wanted my best friends to watch RRR. which was on,
it's a great
Netflix.
movie.
Yeah, phenomenal. And they've never seen it. And so I'm like, okay, this is the only way we can get it is if I challenge them to watch this, but then I've got to watch whatever they want to watch. And it's been great. I've really been introduced to some fantastic movies that I'd never seen before. Like I had never seen The Thing, and one of them challenged me to that, and I loved it.
Okay.
And so
RRR is great, and I try to get people to watch it, and then they tell me that's like over 3 hours. That's a commitment. I said, yes, it is, but if you do it in small bites, it will
And
pay
is
off.
it all action?
Yes.
Is it 3 hours of action?
It is action. It is music. There's musical
is.
numbers.
Wow.
I haven't watched it because it
That's
looks
friendship.
exhausting.
There's a guy. They fight zoo animals.
Okay.
I mean,
and it goes by not like 3 hours because
Okay.
it is
like I said,
adrenaline filled and story filled. It's great.
if you were to take a week and watch a half an hour at a time,
Okay.
You know.
I can watch it in chunks.
you will thank me. Because you'll be sitting there with your mouth agape going, I can't believe they just
How
did
did
that.
they do this? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And you can find both of these on Spotify. And, if you ever want to be a guest, we would love to have you for the movies that move us.
See, here's the thing. I wouldn't be able to pick just one movie is the problem.
Yeah.
I know. Well, we can have you multiple times.
Do you, what is your most referenced movie? Like you have most people say this is the movie that moved them.
And see, we're small enough. We haven't done a whole lot, so we can't really say that everyone has come with the same movie.
Right.
It's really been interesting. We just interviewed a guy who is a French teacher in Provo, and he introduced us to this film called The Choir, or The Chorus in French. And it's just about this like French teacher who goes to this all troubled boys' home and then teaches singing, and just finds out that some of them really have a talent for it. And it's just great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks.
All right. Well, good luck, Quince.
Thank you.
All right. From the Everybody Has a Podcast file.
Hello, yeah.
All right. Let's do the promo then and crawl towards the exits, shall we?
Yes.
Friday's Radio from Hell show will be a jolly good time with Jimmy the Wine Guy, here to answer all of your booze and hospitality questions.
Jolly good.
We'll also be celebrating Evel Knievel's birthday.
How are we celebrating that?
Well, Dave the Flower Guy is going to jump that big puddle out in front of Broadway Media Tower on his tricycle before he comes in here to pick Boner of the Week.
Radio from Hell with I wrote that and I can't say it. Radio from Hell with death-defying antics Friday morning here on X96.
Jolly good.
Death-defying. It's hard to say death-defying.
Death-defying. Yes, it is. It's really hard to say death-defying. Death-defying.
Defying.
Yes, death-defying.
All right. Yeah. I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Well, don't you know who I am?
I have to give up the steak desk?
Yes. Nick is next.